everybody? It is Thursday evening. It is 9 p.m. on the East Coast and 8 p.m. in Chicago, which means that it is time for Shapes and Forms.
Forms and shapes.
Shapes and forms, forms and shapes. It is just myself and Shredney for right now. Trey is definitely going to be in later when we are still not sure. So, just the two of us for the time being. Yeah. Hello, Dark Avra. Avra?
Hello.
Is it Avra or Avra? Do you know?
Avra.
Okay.
I think.
I was right the first time. Anyway.
I believe so.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Just
guessing.
We have an actual 3-game docket for the first time in, like, over a year, I think. We got 3 games. We're going to play an hour of each of them. And the first one
is
Toho 15, which is making its debut on the show.
Although it is not the first time that you have played this on stream.
It's not.
And it's and not the first time you played this on stream with me there.
Yes, that's also true. We did a, if anybody didn't catch it, we did a that's not the button I meant to press. We did a just completely impromptu 6-hour stream this past it was Sunday, right? Or Saturday?
Something like that.
Over the weekend.
It was just
where we just
yeah.
like entirely talked about anime.
Yeah, and like a good it might be okay, probably it only took up like 80% of it was us going through the past decade of shows. And we only actually we missed a bunch in 2010 and 2011 we just selected a bunch.
We did.
That we already liked. But we got up from 2012 to 2017.
Yeah.
So it's like a good 4 to 5 years of anime that we just ran through and were like...
Just judged. And like a good chunk of it was... Oh, I've heard of this, but I've never actually seen it. Cause
yeah, and some stuff... that includes stuff that, like... It seems like stuff I could very well like. It's just I've never gotten around to it. And then there's other stuff that's like... This is not for me, but it doesn't seem bad. And then there's other stuff where it's like... I am not a judgmental person, but I'm going to be tempted to judge you. I'm going to be tempted to judge you if you're into this.
I get it. Also, oh, that was stupid of me. Like, I remembered to turn on, the chat capture this time, so...
Yeah.
If you deign to, grace us with some audience interaction, you will actually be immortalized in the VOD. As opposed to everybody who commented during the Toho part of the stream we did over the weekend. But, yeah. So, like, what's on your mind? We have a lot of things we should talk about today.
So, I just, I went out to get some bread and milk and stuff, and on the way, I listened to an album by Toho. It's hard to do, even though all the sounds are like actually normal English sounds. Todestos, I believe is the proper pronunciation. Todestos.
Yeah.
Who are specifically their album Hyungyemil, which is like their second most recent. Mm-hmm. And basically, Todestos is a DSBM project, which is to say a depressive suicidal black metal project.
Is that
which is
actually what that's called?
Yeah, or depressive black metal. But the reason why it's called DSBM is to clown on assholes who want to avoid saying outright that they're Nazi black metal by calling it NSPM. You know what I mean?
I
even though everybody knows what it means.
Did you see me and Bird's very good guesses as to what the acronym meant?
But yeah, it's literally depressive, suicidal black metal And it specifically is like a strain of black metal that's kind of started with bands like Street and Bethlehem in like Sweden and Germany back in the 90s.
To me, it sounds like a rollicking good time.
Yeah.
I'm being slightly.
I know you're being facetious, very facetious. But yeah, it's like basically the main thing about it is like tends to be a little on the slower side, more methodical.
Right.
Very downtrodden, and the vocals tend to be very upset sounding, is kind of the deal. Right? Like, you know, it doesn't so much sound like you're just like either these inhuman shrieks, it's more like this person sounds like they are very, very unhappy.
So sort of like an album-length version of the thing Kendrick Lamar did on the one song on To Pimp a Butterfly, where he's like actively acting out drinking himself to death.
I am not familiar with that track, but I'll say that it's a similar mood at the very least. Like, it's like if you listen to something.
Yeah, no, like I get what you mean. Yeah. Like they're going for a deliberate affectation to inform.
Yeah.
How
like
they are.
it's basically it's supposed to soundtrack feeling real bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it tends to be a little more repetitive than a lot of styles. Like, a lot of it is heavily influenced by, like, early Burzum or, like, Bethlehem, as I said, Street. These sort of, like, more minimalistic, hypnotic, longer songs, that sort of thing. The thing about Toho is that, originally it was just one guy. Currently, he has another guy doing vocals who sounds very similar to him and is just as unhinged sounding. And he has a bassist who does the bass stuff, but he basically does all the lyrics, all the music. Is a guy named Martin Lang. And they're German, obviously. The name means death blow.
Nice.
Or coup de grace, that sort of thing.
Right.
He actually makes it sound, and especially, like, on their early albums where he was doing the vocals, but, I mean, also on the more recent stuff, because, again, this new guy who goes by, like, a pseudonym, so I have no idea what his actual name is, who knows, it might just be Martin Lang, you know, under a pseudonym saying, you know, but it's more likely that it's like, I can't do these vocals all the time, I'm gonna get somebody else who can pull this off. And, like, not ruin their voice.
Yeah,
because like, he, even by, like, DSBM standards, he is out there. Like, he sounds like he's having a fucking episode. Because he'll go from, like, Lang and this other guy, it's like, go from, like, singing, you know, in this mournful voice to, like, moaning and howling to, like, these shrieks and screams like he's banging his head against a wall, and then to like weird spoken word, and it's like
weird spoken word is one of my favorite genres of music. W.M. Burke's The Hideous Truth, Black Helicopters, all-time classic. That is the real song. I will leave it to the audience to decide how serious I am being in saying that I like it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just... But yeah, like, it's... So, like, this album... Like, so I've already established, like, how out there the vocals get, but, like, the music is pretty wild, too, right? Like, there are points in it where it's, like, you know, almost more typical black metal or depressive black metal, where it's like...
Typical,
you know, it's
depressive black.
There is such a thing.
I know, it's just a funny sentence.
It's like, it sounds like early Abyssic Hate with slightly better production. Which is a joke that no one here will get.
Yeah, Toho's really fun.
Toho is... It seems like a lot of fun, yeah.
It is very hard, but very fun.
Again, it's like I'm not playing it because I'm bad at games.
It's also fun to watch. I mean, that's a
oh yeah,
the whole John Maku show.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But yeah. So I didn't get to the good part with this album, right?
Yeah. Sure.
So like, it'll be like more conventionally black metal, right? But then there'll be weird stuff, like there will be interludes where it strips down like the guitars, like they're crazy, like sort of more distorted, like it's played through a crappy practice amp with tons of reverb. Guitars will go away.
Of course.
And then it'll be like these really atmospheric keyboards and what sounds like fretless jazz bass. Like,
see, can I share with you a secret?
Yeah.
As a producer.
Uh-huh.
There is someone, not necessarily me, but someone who will listen to that album and they will hear these atmospheric keyboards and the jazz bass, and they will take like 12 seconds of that, and that is how you will get the Old Town Road of 2035.
Probably. Yeah, and then just like, I mean, I've observed that like there are actually bits of like that vein of black metal where the repetitive kind of hypnotic sort of drumming and riffing would actually work really well as like a particularly grimy hip-hop instrumental if you looped it.
There's a fair amount of a certain kind of producer, and the one that springs to mind is Derringer, who was the producer for Griselda Ghost, which is a basically, who is kind of, I don't know if I'd use the word guilty, but leans very heavily on like metal samples, like stuff like that. Like they'll take like a couple seconds of a really heavy guitar riff and like chop up fucking mixed up stuff or something, and that'll be the instrumental.
Yeah, or like apparently Lil Ugly Mane has a side project where he just straight up does black metal.
Bedwetter, the uncomfortably named Bedwetter, I believe is what you are referring to.
Huh. No, I
have actually.
Bedwetter was a different thing.
Oh, maybe he's got a lot of side stuff.
He's got a lot of projects. That dude is very prolific.
Avra wants to know what you think of
Masada?
I don't know.
I enjoy Masada. But like, I'm like, I haven't been exposed to a ton of their work, but that's also because like, there is so much John Zorn material out there that it is very daunting. So I've been like hesitant to like really jump in there.
The Gucci Mane of experimental jazz music.
Yeah, like that man. Like, and it's not just in jazz. It's like
I
again.
actually don't know anything about Zorn's music. I only know what people tell me.
Yeah, like John Zorn also was involved in Painkiller and name is escaping me right now. Why is it escaping me? Did the album Ling Chi and Torture Garden and
look, I just wanted to call somebody the John Zorn, like the Gucci Mane of experimental jazz music.
I mean, you're not wrong. But like, oh god, its name is Naked City. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Avra. Naked City, which are like so both of them are like began at least as nominally grindcore bands that happen to like have sax. And then they got really fucking weird as things went on. Like Ling Chi is a dark ambient album, basically, with doom metal elements.
I just remembered that I semi-recently... Actually, this is on the album that's not out yet, I think. somewhere I read that one of the guys from now I can't remember. It was like an early influential Nordic metal band. Also did ambient music, and I looked up one of his albums and sampled that. I think the record was called like Nebula Towers or something.
What'd you say?
I said I think the record was called like Nebula Towers or something.
Oh yeah, shit. I can't remember the guy. Like I know that a bunch of them done ambient music. Like everybody knows about Burzum doing ambient music, but also Mortis and a few other. Nebula Towers is what's his name? I think it's one of the guys from Dark Throne.
Yeah, it was Dark Throne. Who,
yeah,
like are completely outside of my usual listening habits, but I like ambient music, so I looked it up.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's, I mean, it's like, you know, Norwegian black metal people doing ambient music is basically why Dungeon Synth exists.
Which is a genre that I like.
And also, like, how it crossed over culturally with, like, what's known as death industrial, which is, like, this really grim, slow, vaguely rhythmic style of, like industrial music from Sweden originally. Yeah.
Are people who make EDM and people who make metal in like a constant competition to see who can come up with the worst subgenre names?
That's not EDM, it's not dance music. You mean electronic music more general?
Yes.
Okay, like, worst subgenre names.
Electronica.
I mean, like, well, actually, I mean, like, death industrial kind of, like, leans up right on the edge of what you can call electronic music. But, like...
No, I'm saying, like...
But just, like...
Fungus Scene or Chill or, Cool Punch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like, so, like, you know, is it hard trance? You know what I mean? Or vaporwave, or...
Vaporwave,
hard
like,
vapor. Like,
vaporwave is so bad that, like, you have to, like, train yourself out of finding it in music. To be fair, it is, like, also really non-evocative, so, like, I don't know.
No, I mean, I get why it's called
I'm glad we moved past hypnagogic pop, or however the fuck you pronounce that.
Hypnagogic or hypnagogic, depending. It means, hypnagogia is that state between sleeping and waking where you have, like, weird hallucinations.
I know what it's named after. It doesn't make it a good name for a genre
and also,
music.
like, hypnagogic pop tends to refer to, like, Ariel Pink and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but, like...
there was, like, some crossover there early on.
There is, because it's a similar aesthetic.
With, like, a skeleton and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And there's
How
also,
the
like,
fuck did I dodge that? Did anybody see that? I, like, went through 2 of the bullet rings, and it was just fine. Before then, being immediately killed for daring to point out that I dodged something semi-impressively. The only positive about Win not being here is that they can't get mad at me for not having installed TH Patcher yet. The game is still very much in Japanese. I also listened to an album today. Trevi?
Yes. Yeah.
No, I heard it.
I was looking at I was just looking at chat, and I was gonna say that Opera's point about intelligent dance music is
dance music. Like the real curse about intelligent dance music is that all of the other names people came up for it are even worse.
Oh God,
Brain dance.
No. God, I forgot about that, and I'm happy that I had forgotten, but you reminded me, and now I'm sad.
Or fucking the one I heard one time that just blew me away with how shitty it was Technical Core.
technical
as,
for
as like a
like
alternative
hardcore
name
techno,
for...
but it's technical.
No, like an alternative name for IDM.
No, but that's my point. But that's why I'm just looking at the logic. Is it's hardcore techno, but it's technical.
I guess.
But like,
it's not a very good name.
It's not. But then again, like, breakcore is barely decent. Like, and it's really just a description of it began as like it's rooted in hardcore techno and it has breaks.
To be fair to both of these categories of music, like hip hop subgenres are like they don't tend to be as ridiculous on the surface, but they do tend toward like hilariously non-descriptive.
Yeah, hilariously non-descriptive and like weirdly inside baseball and hard to explain.
You guys like
hyphy.
Oh, hyphy's,
you know,
a whole fucking thing.
Like hyphy. No, I was saying hyphy.
Yeah.
Bounce, you kind of get it.
Well, I think bounce is really more of a kind of club music, but
yeah, it's a kind of club music, but it does have a strong overlap.
Conscious
drill, Chicago drill, is like.
I don't even know. I live in Chicago, and I couldn't tell you what the fuck that's supposed to mean.
Yeah.
Conscious hip hop, like that's the other thing is that like some genres are actual like full on styles of music, and others are like
just
subject matter basically, which is what conscious hip hop is kind of doing. Like it's not a useful term.
Excuse me.
But yeah, I also listened to an album today.
Uh-huh.
And it was the new Danny Brown album.
I still need to listen to that. It's very, very new.
Well, it literally came out today. So, you're not behind.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Did you
listen to Atrocity Exhibition?
I have. It's really good.
I don't know. And this is my hunch for how this is going to fall. Is I feel like Danny's core fan base is going to really like the album. I don't know if the people who got on board during Atrocity Exhibition will.
I mean, I was into his stuff when I heard XXX.
Okay.
But I haven't but at the same time, I might like Atrocity Exhibition more. I haven't heard Old though.
Old is like in the lower half of his discography.
Yeah, people. A lot.
But I do still like that album, and I think people underrate it because it's basically a party album.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Whereas, like,
XXX
and Atrocity Exhibition are... Well, XXX has some party-ish songs, but it's like Atrocity Exhibition is really not a party album.
Yeah, like, I think the line for Atrocity Exhibition's name is that it's a Joy Division reference, and then Joy Division or something, when they used it, it was a reference to something else.
Yeah, I mean, like, Atrocity Exhibition and Joy Division were referencing the Atrocity Exhibition, which is a book, I believe, by J.G. Ballard, which is a collection of short stories.
That's why I was answering.
But actually, using the name Atrocity Exhibition as a reference to Joy Division there actually makes a lot of sense given the context of the album, because the song Atrocity Exhibition is as much influenced by Ballard's work as it is about the position of being a famous person who is like literally physically suffering from the impacts of fame.
Which is part of what the album is.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
but
people they kill for a prize, it's a minute to add to his life. For entertainment, they watch his body twitch, and behind his eyes, I still exist. Are the first lines of Atrocity Exhibition by Joy Division.
I meant the Danny Brown album.
No, but that's my point, is that it makes sense that he would reference that song given those opening lines and what the song is about and its context within, like, why Ian Curtis wrote it.
Yeah. So, like,
because he was suffering from epilepsy and...
To contextualize things.
People... Yeah, okay.
Like, the Danny Brown album, Atrocity Exhibition, is a, you know, kind of like a very introspective record about...
Yeah.
Toll's being famous takes on you and, like, how he grew up. All that sort of thing.
And also about...
Like, the first track on the record is literally about, like, drugging yourself to death, nearly. So...
Yeah, and
it's not also, exactly a cheerful album, is what I'm
No, it's really not. I mean, and also the fact that, like, one of the most popular songs on it, and the one that you just kind of can't get out of your head, is Ain't It Funny? And Ain't It Funny
I
is
would have said
really
though.
It's a really fucking dark song.
It is. Although the big hit off that album, I think, was really dope.
Yeah, that's
People
true.
always talk about Earl's verse, which I actually don't really think is all that amazing. But that's another topic.
Yeah, but I guess because I run in, like, circles of people who listen to hip-hop, again, like, to be fair, like, this actually came up, was, like, I also run in circles of people who listen to hip-hop, but aren't necessarily exclusively or primarily hip-hop fans.
Yeah, like,
Ain't It Funny comes up a lot.
Yeah, I'm talking more about, like, the, you know, rap Twitter, rap Reddit crowd.
Rap Twitter, that does make sense. I mean, like, Really Doe does come up, though. It's to contrast things, his new album, which is called "You Know What I'm Saying," all one word, and the question mark is upside down because being difficult to type is also a thing with albums this year, apparently. But that interesting thing about, like, that apparently like, so I know that in Spanish there's the upside down question mark in the beginning and the right side up.
It's at the end of the sentence, but also upside down. So, like, I don't know what's going on.
But I was also going to say that there's an interesting thing that maybe isn't intentional, but who knows? It's Danny Brown. Is, like, a right side up backwards question mark is an old form of what is known as irony punctuation. That actually exists in a bunch of languages where something is meant either as a rhetorical question or sarcasm.
Rhetorical question I could see, given the title track. But anyway, like, it's a much more, like... It's not that there's serious material on the album still, obviously, but it is much more, kind of in line with what he used to do back when he was affiliated with G Unit. It's a lot more of just, like, a rap album. You know, the fact that it was, like, executive produced by Q-Tip, you might expect that, but I really like it. I might even like it more than Atrocity Exhibition. I think many people are gonna be like, oh, I wanted him to do, like, another crazy experimental album. And it's not really that. It's much more in line with what my understanding is Danny's favorite kind of rap, which is like underground stuff from the 2000s. Like, this could have come out on Def Jux, and it would have.
Well, that's still like, you know. The fact is that quote-unquote normal Danny Brown is still...
It's still weird. Like,
leftist.
It's not... Yeah, like, it's not like
decidedly leftist.
Like, to bring these guys up again, it's not a fucking Griselda Ghost album where they, like, they wince at anything more experimental than a looped boom back break. But...
Yeah.
Like, it's just not Atrocity Exhibition. And like, Avra brings up, there's a song called Dirty Laundry, which is just, like, a bunch of sex jokes. Which is really good, but it's it's just not...
I don't know. I like that side of Danny Brown. So
I do too. If you like that side of Danny Brown, you would probably like the album.
Like, but, when he's just utterly ludicrous, but
Yeah,
I also like when he's deadly serious.
It's a lot of both of those, like sort of like a flipping back and forth between those two sides a lot.
Yeah, but it's like his versatility is part of what makes him fun and interesting.
Yeah,
he's very talented.
No, I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
It is
yeah.
the and I'm not trying to like temper anybody's expectations. I'm literally just describing the album. But like it is probably the closest thing to a traditional Danny Brown album, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like all the stuff you associate with Danny Brown, the artist, is there.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Except for like the rapping over footwork, Danny Brown. That's the only Danny Brown that's not really on the album.
That makes me a little sad. That's fun.
Yeah. But like the reason I bring it up is because the I've already seen some people say it is like they wanted like an even more out there album than Atrocity Exhibition.
Oh, he probably could and might drop one eventually.
It's just like I mean the thing about Danny, which also would be a good album title, but the thing about Danny is that he's not really the stay in one place type.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is a little bit of like a throwback to when he was like middlingly notable Detroit rapper making mixtapes. And a lot of people I think forget that he was like in talks to join G-Unit at one point, which is 50 Cent's group.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was like before most people knew who he was.
And before people stopped giving a crap about 50 Cent.
Yeah. Well, the story that he gives is that 50 Cent wanted him to... didn't he stream the album over... No, he the album that he streamed over Twitch was the new album. So, like, I guess that was technically true at the time that he had never released it, but that's only because it came out today, and the stream was, like, a couple days ago. Is there a timeline where Danny Brown is in 50 Cent Blood on the Sand? I hope so. But, like, it's a rap fan album. Like, there's a lot of really good lyrics, like, very clever punchlines and memorable turns of phrase and that sort of thing, which is like always a little boring to talk about, but is like, at least for me, one of the primary reasons I listen to rap music.
I feel like that's the sort of thing, like, if you've got, like, a solid music reviewer, they can explain that sort of thing and talk about it in an interesting way.
And I'm sure that, like, all the major review outlets will get on that, and hopefully it gets the positive reception that I think it deserves. I think a lot of people, though, are going to be like, oh, this is like a 7 out of 10 album. Where I would argue it's like a 9. But, you know. But, it's got, like, a very cohesive sound, too. The entire thing was executive produced by Q-Tip, from a track called Quest. And, he also did some of the instrumentals. Some of the other instrumentals were done by JPEG Mafia, of all people.
That's actually... No, I can...
Well, what I was gonna say...
JPEG Mafia is one hell of a producer.
What I was gonna say is, like, you wouldn't think that and the Q-Tip beats would sound particularly similar, but they're definitely, like, complementary to each other. Like, there's no part of the album where you're like, this sounds like a different album. It's all very, like...
It feels like one album
while
I'm getting the understanding that it is diverse without feeling inconsistent.
Yeah.
But then again, that was true of Atrocity Exhibition too. There are beats which are more like, none of them are exactly conventional, but some of them are a little more like, you know...
The thing I would put forward with Atrocity Exhibition is that it is like, it kind of ranges very far in many different styles. Whereas Atrocity you know what I'm saying, is like pretty consistent internally. There's not quite as much of that. There is, like, you can tell who did what. Like, the JPEG beats are a little bit more, like, darker, I guess.
Yeah, I would
Whereas
expect.
Q-Tips skew a bit more towards, like, a jazzy side. But
yeah, I can understand that.
There's also not very many guests on the album. There's a reggae singer whose name I keep forgetting on a couple tracks, and there is the song with Run the Jewels, which I think was it's like the big advanced single, which is called 3 Tears, and it's very good, which is good because, like,
I know you've been frustrated with Run the Jewels for years now.
I am of the opinion that the first Run the Jewels mixtape is extremely good. The second one is okay, and the third one is, like, actually bad. So it was nice to hear, like, a song where it sounds like LP is trying again. Even if he seems to have kind of settled into his role as, like, the good version of Esoteric. But, whatever. I'm not gonna tell him how to live his life. Also, he'd hate that comparison, because those guys hate each other, but that's the whole...
Yeah. Still. I don't know. It's just a funny way of putting it. He's just settled into being the good version of Esoteric.
It is what it is.
The thing with NRA, that was Killer Mike, although there's more context to that.
There is. Like, he still did something what is, in my opinion, very boneheaded, but it was not well. He was also
out.
Like, deceived, basically, so, like, I can't put all the blame on him. Like, he did that interview, and I think, like, my understanding is, like, he didn't know that it was going to be used for something, I think. But, also, like, I think they cut his parts up to make it seem like he was more enthusiastic about the group than he actually was.
Yeah, so, knowing what I know about Killer Mike, that, like, he's not exactly, like, what he was trying to say with respect to gun ownership.
I will be clear that I do not want to talk about the NRA on my program.
Was not what they edited to make him sound like he was saying.
Okay. I was going to be like, you can finish this thought, but I just wanted to get that in there first. Also, yeah, he has a Netflix series or something called. No. What does he have called? Trigger warning? I don't even remember. I do not care about Killer Mike outside the context of his music. But you know, I'm sure he's a nice guy in person.
He apparently does like a lot of sort of like left-wing activism.
He does a lot of a lot of
outreach stuff,
like local activist work, which is good. What I mean to say is he's kind of slow down. He's one of those figures where like the indie press mill will run a story about literally everything he says.
Which is ridiculous.
I just don't care about him that way. Like,
yeah, I totally
hold on.
understand.
I got a DM from my girlfriend. Okay, well, hold on a second, folks. I will get right back into things in a moment.
Okie doke.
Alright. Sorry about that. Yes, Wiley win in Weakest Creature. Probably do one as Melissa.
With her big hat.
Yes. But yeah, like Killer Mike is one of those people where like, like Pitchfork Press, like their news arm and similar places will run like a trillion stories about literally anything he says, and I just kind of don't care about him that way.
Yeah,
and I think that
completely understand.
People use what I'm about to say to sometimes deflect criticism of artists, and I don't mean it that way. But I think, like, you should not look to musicians whose music you fuck with as, like, political guiding stars. Like, that's just not a healthy attitude to have about things.
Yeah, I mean, you can respect their opinion, and if they're well-informed, they're actually clearly well-informed on a subject, then it might be worth going, this person, had a thoughtful, sort of opinion on this, and I appreciate that.
But, that's one thing,
make up your own mind.
Killer Mike works with somewhat often on these things, actually, is Bun B, who I do think is pretty well-informed about this kind of thing. Yeah. But Bun B also is not, like, I don't know, there's, like, a weird angle that, places try to play with Killer Mike, where he's like, oh, he's the new Ice Cube. He's angry. And it's like...
No.
There's something very uncomfortable about that. I don't know if he feels that way. I'm just talking about myself.
Yeah, I mean, all I just wanted to say was, it's especially weird because that's not how he comes off.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen interviews with him about politics stuff, and he's very level-headed. And it's like, what the...
Yeah, like if people are starting to do a similar thing with JPEG Mafia, who was, like, at that point where he's just starting to get famous, and it's like... Can we not?
Yeah, it's like, I mean...
Just let, like, black men have emotions that are not various shades of anger,
and like, he does, like, I mean, even, with JPEG Mafia, who really does have some stuff going on where he'll, like, it's like, anger, but there is righteous anger there, but it's also, like, more nuanced than, I guess, people tend to make it out.
Like, Peggy specifically, I don't know as much about his politics.
Like, he's, like, there are songs on the most recent album, which I still need to listen to, which are very explicitly about PTSD from, being a veteran of the Iraq War. And, and with, the relationship that, like, being a black dude who's a veteran, what your relationship is with guns and stuff like that. And
I actually did not know that he was, like, literally a veteran.
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar with him as just in general.
Yeah.
And because of that, I don't have a strong opinion on him, and I think that's how it should be, if you are not,
that is totally fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, he's another one of those people who, like, the indie rumor mill.
Yeah, it's
likes to just run with anything he says, and it's...
Yeah, and it's also missing,
annoying.
like...
And I imagine it'd be way more annoying for him.
Yeah, because, like, there's a dark humor to his work that people just... Like, if you're gonna, talk about the anger, you also gotta talk about how sardonic he is. Like, I mean, he has a song called I Can't Fucking Wait Until Morrissey Dies.
Yeah, well, like,
I mean...
Toho!
Whoa, hi Trey.
Toho!
Hello, Trey.
How are you?
We're good.
Are we enjoying shooting them up?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
Wily beast and weakest creature.
Wily creature and weakest beast.
Yeehaw.
If you really think about it.
Yeah.
It's actually good that you got here as we did, because as you did, because we were dangerously close to turning into one of those Twitch streams where people are like, alright, now we're gonna talk about some real issues.
Oh no.
Oh no. Like, it was just... We were just talking about, like, how... There's a problem with how, like, every...
indie music press handles anything that black
Like...
artists say, basically.
Yeah, like that, especially black male rap artists who have political leanings.
Yes.
And, like, especially we were talking about Killer Mike and JPEG Mafia, who have, like, fairly nuanced and interesting ways of approaching these things, and they're just kind of, like, taken at face value, and also it's like they're angry. Like, what did you say? Was it Ice Cube?
Yeah,
Something?
like, they always get compared to Ice Cube, is the other thing, especially
And
Killer
it's just
Mike.
like, God.
There's room for more.
Yeah.
More voices and opinions beyond just I am angry and I existed in the 90s.
Yeah, like, the thing I said was, like, not everything that a rapper with, like a black male artist says has to be boiled down to some shade of anger.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating.
Well, I had spaghetti and meat sauce for dinner.
That sounds good.
That was why I was not in, and I also had a let's see, a limeria. So I had a rare alcoholic beverage that doesn't happen terribly often with me.
Alcoholic.
Oh.
Ray.
Just one.
Just one alcohol.
I tried to come up with a pun and I couldn't. I will be, like, literally right back. I have to get something from the other side of the room.
We go out and back in. We go out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that has been my night. My day consisted largely of playing Borderlands 3, which I bought for myself, and taking a nap.
That sounds good. I was asleep all day because
a solid use of one's day.
Like, just watching, I was actually watching Jacob Chapman's old Digimon retrospectives from years ago.
Yeah.
Just for whatever reason until about 7 a.m.
What are we talking about?
And then I went to sleep.
Our days. Our respective days.
Yeah, it was like yesterday, I was just like, I haven't watched those in ages, and they're kind of hard to find. And I was like, oh, it's on Google Drive. And I was just like, oh, I'm going to watch most of this. And then I got up to the first section of the plot summary of Tamers after going through the entirety of Adventure in Zero 2, and was just like,
isn't it like...
I should go to bed.
Isn't it like 4 a.m. where you are?
Oof.
Somebody do the math. I don't know what time it is in the Netherlands right now.
The Netherlands?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 4 a.m.
It's 3:50 a.m. Okay.
Oh!
My mistake.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Nah, I'm kidding. We're happy to have you here as always. You missed the music discussion, though. Yeah, Trey?
So you were ever so slightly wrong, but just wrong enough.
About what?
Just wrong enough.
About the time.
Ah, yes. Good point.
Music is cringe and canceled. Oh gosh.
You listen to music? That's pretty cringe.
Music is cursed. You make music, you're the devil.
I knew somebody who made music once, and I murdered him. In cold blood.
Gracious.
No
Murder,
court
of course,
convict me.
is is justified as the supreme form of call-out.
I'm only about anime now. Can we get a shout out for Riverdale coming back on October 10th? Riverdale is a mess.
Is Riverdale a good show or a bad show that's bad in a compelling way? I still don't know.
I think I would call it a bad show that's bad in a compelling way. Like, past
It's
maybe
a show.
the second season. Like, it's... I enjoyed the first season when I watched it, but I didn't keep up with it after that. And when my brother showed me some of the stuff that was going on in season 3, apparently there's like a conspiracy involving like a horror cult, and like there's like a whole...
I just got an achievement.
Chivos.
Like
Gotta collect those Chivos.
Not even like an actual Steam achievement, like an in-game achievement. There was a trophy, and I got what looked like a peep.
But Jane, you gotta know, girls like Chivos.
No, we're not doing this again.
The Epic Game Store doesn't have Chivos yet, so I find myself like wondering how / if they're tracking the whole progress that I have in the certain video games that I have on the platform. Because I bought Borderlands 3. I mentioned that while you were gone. And so like the whole thing that I am running into is that like Epic Games like doesn't really have a lot of their a lot of Steam's like similar like features and everything, so there's no chat between the friends or anything like that, and there's no overlay, I don't think.
Ouch.
So,
That's weird.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Abra, yeah.
The
Section
one
is
thing...
actually a big fan of the original Archie comics, and has a bone to pick with Riverdale last I checked. Like, a serious
gonna go
bone
off.
to pick with it.
No, but like I do not know very much about Riverdale. I know that it is a show that people watch, and that
have
it is
feelings about.
It is like weird, apparently.
Yeah. I am aware that I saw the first, I think, couple of episodes of the spin-off, The Chilling Tales of Sabrina, and I actually liked it, but I know that Yaren hates that show.
Huh.
So technically, I don't think they're actually spin-offs so much as Chilling Adventures is made by the same guy. But
but I liked what I saw of that. It was odd.
I've never seen like any Sabrina anything, which is possibly like a mild surprise given my general aesthetic.
You are very witch.
Yeah.
Which is, it does indeed make that weird.
Give me a shout out for the new gritty Winnie the Pooh remake starring Man in Suit. Is that a thing? Or is this another one of your riddles?
The closest thing to that is the Christopher Robin film, which isn't really that.
Wait, it is real?
No, it's more like there is a film with the character of Christopher Robin being older and returning to the 100 Acre Woods.
That sounds like...
And apparently,
that sounds like Hook.
And apparently it had good reviews.
It's like
Do
one of the
like
only...
Hook? That's one of the 8 movies I've seen.
Not, well, Hook
is
is much more divisive.
Hook is a good movie.
I do not remember much about it, but I remember that it exists.
So, with Christopher Robin, I think that it's one of the few cases where, like...
Where what?
Where Disney actually gave a shit and added a separate plot to, like, something that was ostensibly a remade version of, like, a animated property of theirs. So, like, rather than being, like, a straight remake the way that, like, Lion King and Aladdin and etc. those are, it has its own story and it doesn't repeat stuff that we had already seen.
And all of
Man,
those
imagine
are,
that, right?
and all of those are kind of bad. Those other ones, like, from what I can tell, are just not good. Like, I mean, the funny thing...
I didn't mind the Aladdin remake. I think that my only major issue with it, like, aside from the fact that it's doing something that we'd already seen before, was the fact that Jafar had lost, like, almost entirely, like, the things that made him an appealing villain. He's just there now.
Yeah, which is unfortunate for a number of reasons.
I do not know what Satan is. I don't think.
But
So I cannot
like,
give
the thing about what I have seen of the Lion King remake
Wow.
is I'm not as...
I actually can't believe I fell for that. Okay.
Is that I'm actually not as bothered
Please
as the vast majority of people.
Marone's very good joke.
Oh my
It is real bad. In a good way. It's bad in a good way.
No,
but it's
you're
like,
not.
But...
I'm sorry, because...
Don't apologize for greatness, Medon.
Okay, but go on.
What I was gonna say is that I'm not bothered as much by the realistic CG. I think it is very elegant, like, taken out of the context of what it is animating, it is actually very, very impressive CG. And I don't think it looks bad or even uncanny. I think it's very well done. The problem is, and I was gonna say, I'm gonna add a but there.
Yeah.
It does not suit the material that it's adapting at all.
I just don't like hyper-realistic CG. Because my thought then, unless it's like used as like a supplemental thing in a live-action film, then it's fine. But like, my thought then is like, why is this animated at all? Like, I get that you can't make a Lion King's remake with real lions, but, like, at some point, I question why this project even has to exist in the first place.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you wanted to do a Lion King remake, you could have just made it animated in, like, an interesting way.
That's fair. Actually, Mur brings up an extremely interesting point, which people generally don't think of much, is the thing about Aladdin is that it was a French translation of a story told by a Marionite Lebanese sailor, which took place in China.
I believe that when Zantz says they do not like Aladdin, they are referring to the film, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, it has, like, especially the original version has problems.
I need to interrupt you momentarily, but you may continue after I do that. We are going to be right back in a few minutes, because, as I keep bragging about, we actually have a 3-game docket for the first time in, like, a year. We are going to be playing The Binding of Isaac next. If you would like to support the show, there are links to do that below the viewing window. All of the donations we get go back into the show in some form or another. So, yeah. And if you don't already, you should follow me on Twitter at @planet_Jane, so you know when we are going live and what we will be playing. I will be right back, and then we will play Isaac.
But yeah, like, Aladdin in the original story, like, the thing is, it takes place in China, but everybody has, like, Arabic names. But it's apparently a story from somewhere in, like, Syria or Lebanon, originally. Yeah. And it was told by a guy who was a sailor and adventurer back in the 1700s to some French dude. And also, incidentally, the character who in the film versions is Jafar is the only Arab character in the story. He's a Maghrebi magician, like from like Morocco or Mauritania or something. Strangely enough. And so, like, it was told to this French dude who may or may not have, like, played around with some of the details and embellished on things.
Yeah.
So it's a French impression of a, like, sort of Near Eastern Arab impression of what China was like over 500 years prior.
So it's just like going through different layers upon layers of interpretation that mean that the original story that was there might not even be there at all.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, the history of this is very strange.
And then we add, like, Disney, of course, doing their Disney thing and making it into a story that's digestible by regular American people.
Yeah, like, I feel like them, you know, like, trying to portray, quote-unquote, accurately a Arab interpretation of China from the 1700s of China circa 1000, which is apparently when the story takes place, would be not something that a lot of people would get.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Grant. Oh, yeah, as Zerst pointed out, like, the 1001 Nights are, like, just the oldest ones recorded are, like, probably from, like, the 600s or 700s, but, like, most of them are completely. Nobody's really sure of the provenance of, like, half of them. There are a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jin, and also Jin and Genie in the sense of a plural of genius, as in, like, a genius loci, is, like, a weird mix of, like,
I have returned.
Roman and Arabic traditions.
Mythology's just making a nice little mash of different things together at once.
Yeah, it's like there's so much going on. But yeah, it is also, like, the oldest. Incidentally, the oldest 1001 Nights stories are from what is now Iran, for the record.
Are we, like, ranking mythological creatures? I see
no,
over
well,
Genie in
if
chat.
you want, we totally could. What's
Centaurs, bad, lazy design.
I like griffins.
Griffins are okay. I like Griffin McElroy.
He's a good.
Let's see. Oh yeah, now I remember what they're called. Yinglong.
Anybody got any requests?
Winged dragons in Chinese mythology.
What characters I should play? If not,
Cain.
Cain? All right.
Because he has an eye patch.
Azazel? No, I don't like Azazel. Azazel's, like, actually too easy. I generally do not play Azazel unless I get him on, like, the random button. But Snake Plissken time?
That's the main character from the action movie Escape from New York, which he has an eye patch and very 80s hair and muscles.
Well,
that's
Kurt
Russell, right?
Yeah, it's Kurt Russell, and also his body double for action scenes, whose name was something like, oh God, what was it? It was something really.
Wait, is it
bonkers.
Dick Warlock? I learned about that guy the other day.
Yes, Dick Warlock.
That guy's legal name is Dick Warlock. It's so good.
Yeah.
And then I think his son Billy also did like action stunts in movies. But I learned about him the other day. Why are there no sound effects?
But yeah, it's kind of great is that he actually does look nigh identical to Kurt Russell, at least in the one photo I've seen.
But
his name is Dick Warlock.
Billy Warlock. Yeah, that's Dick Warlock is his dad, I think. I literally just learned about this the other day because somebody posted it on Tumblr, I think.
Yeah, it's like one of those sort of things. I saw it on Twitter.
Why are the sound effects so far down in the mix? Wait a minute, hold on. No, this looks very weird. You know what I will do is I will turn the music down and turn the game itself up a bit. And then hopefully we can get a little bit more even of a theme that way, a mix that way. I don't know if this is bothering anybody but me, but it is bothering me. So I fixed it. What else did I want to talk about today? Oh yeah, I saw like the anime season is over, and the last show that I watched the ending of is Granbound. And I wasn't going to talk about it on stream because Win hasn't seen it, but Win's not here right now. So, does anybody mind if I talk about that real quick? Because that show went places.
I have never seen an anime in my life.
I am planning to see Granbelm at some point.
Okay. So, do you not want me to spoil it?
Don't spoil it too hard.
Okay. Well, I mean, I wanted to talk about the ending, so that's kind of impossible.
Ooh.
But, that's okay. We can go back to...
Was it disappointing? Yes, no.
Kind of.
Okay.
Because you think it's going to do an interesting take on a thing, and then it just does the thing again instead.
Gotcha.
It's one of those. But...
Okay, I don't mind too much, just, like, what is the thing?
So, alright, you know how Madoka ends?
Uh-huh.
That's how Granbelm ends.
Okay.
Like, it's the same. Like, there's no... It's just... It's like, I don't think the show is by any means bad. I actually quite like it. But... the ending is just kind of confusing. Range up.
It's just kind of Dokes 2.0.
Yeah, like, because the rest of the show, they kind of build up like they're gonna do something new with that formula, and then they don't. It's just odd.
Well, better, better Madoka 2 that actually understands Madoka than edgy magic girls.
Like I would, you put it up against like any of the shitty like grimdark magical girl anime that have come out in the past 10 years. I'm gonna point
Magical Girl Sight.
I'm gonna point you toward Granbelm like 100 times out of 100. I think it's a pretty good homage to Madoka, and it does some interesting things on its own. It is the kind of show that I think like will develop a cult fan base, but never.
Sort of like Razafon is to.
I was actually going to make that comparison. It's going to be the Razafon of Madoka, I think.
Incidentally, Razafon is is another example. It's a really good show in its own right, but it is clearly a response to Evangelion when you've seen Evangelion.
It's just strange. I don't think it's a bad show. I do not regret watching it. Suisho is a really good villain. I do wish they had done like a little bit more with her, but only 12 episodes. But it's got some pacing problems too. But nothing major. It is a solid series. I could, in fact, rank this past season if people wanted me to do that, but I don't know if we're...
Go for it.
Okay. Well, I would put, to no one's surprise, Symphogear XV at the top. I would put Maiden's a New Savage season like right under that. I would. I think the third best show of the season was actually Machikado Mazoku, which we didn't really talk about at all while it was airing. But
what is Machikado Mazoku?
Also known as Demon Girl Next Door, although even the
that one.
Even the English promotional materials don't always use the English title, but it is just like a really nice little comedy about a demon girl, and there is like an actual plot, somewhat unexpectedly, that kind of comes nicely into its own in the show's second half. It is like a solid B+ show, which is also true of Astra Lost in Space, which is another show that we haven't really talked about because there's kind of not that much to talk about, other than the weird direction it goes in at the end. But that's another one. It's like a solid B 7 out of 10 kind of series. And then I would put Grand Elm at the bottom, you know. But nothing I actually followed through to the end this season was bad. You want to talk about bad shows that aired this season, we could be here all day. But
what's the worst show that aired this past season?
Oh god. Probably fucking. No, Sacred Beasts, from what I heard, was mostly fine.
I mean, it was about PTSD and big tits.
Yeah, you know. I mean, it's not two things that should go together, but it did both of them competently, apparently. So.
I mean, quality entertainment, right?
Quality television with the capital at the beginning of each.
Quality with the capital T. Anyway. Like, I'm forgetting the name, but there was a show this season that was like an infamous production disaster. It was like From Something to World's Strongest was what it was called. And it was an isekai, because of course it was. Arifureta, that's what the name of the fucking show is. And that was apparently just, like, real terrible. I didn't actually watch that one, but I read This Week in Anime's article on it, and, yikes.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say about that one.
I have seen and read several reviews and discussions of that.
Like, just...
And none of them are positive.
Just badly animated on a base level, like, extremely yikesy subject matter.
Yeah.
Just a lot going on there, apparently. But,
and also, on top of it, it's worth noting that even the people who liked the light novels, which apparently are not good, have said that it's not even, like, a good adaptation.
I don't see how it could be, given what I've heard about it. Please get a range up. I think I just did. Oh no, that's a lock up. Never mind. I have to be honest, I don't quite understand this running joke, but whatever keeps chat engagement up. I don't know. Worst thing, I actually watched some of this season was probably Fire Force, just because good old misogyny, but that's not, like, bad in an interesting way. And, like, that show has its fans because it's very, like, it looks very nice. The character writing just isn't there.
It's just extremely that kind of shonen show.
Yeah, it's the same thing that people bring up with, like, My Hero Academia, where the women never get to do anything and just kind of seem to exist to either be ogled by the camera or to make the male characters look better. Which, like, I genuinely don't have a huge problem with fan service as long as the show treats the characters with, like gives the characters some level of agency, which does not really a thing in
Yeah.
Fire Force. So apparently, I've never seen Soul Eater, but it's apparently like a huge step down from Soul Eater.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which sucks, especially for like fans of that series.
Yeah, I've heard
But,
like that while Soul Eater may not be something that I'm personally interested in, that at least it does a few things right in those respects.
Yeah, and it's like very stylish. Apparently, is the other.
Yeah.
But,
I enjoy that show.
Yeah,
It
like,
also has,
I've
like,
heard
an
mostly good things about Soul Eater. I might actually watch Soul Eater someday.
It also has an essentially canon non-binary character who they
Eater
do
not.
stuff.
I thought people liked Soul Eater not. No.
So the thing with Not is that it's a pretty different like show overall than the original parent like
The parent
manga
property.
/
Yeah.
anime, since like they essentially turned like the everyday characters that exist within the universe, like it's a slice of life anime set in the same universe.
I see. Okay.
Which means that like it's gonna be
It's
a different
thing
set of
entirely.
expectations
Yeah.
overall. Like some of the main characters from the original show up, but like overall you're getting a different experience.
I actually think that's kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, I have no experience with this show specifically, but, like, I think that more action series could stand to have slice of life spin-offs. I think that's an interesting thing. But I understand that that's not something everybody wants to see. But, yeah, Fire Force is not very good. I like the design of the witch lady, but she never gets to do anything. So Maki, I think her name is. I've just described Boruto. See, that may very well be true, but the tragedy here is that I do not have any experience with the Naruto franchise outside of having seen like a couple episodes back when it aired on Toonami before it got canceled for a while.
What I know about Naruto, other than, well, there are a couple things that I know about Naruto, and I'm not gonna like make fun of it. Actually, I'm going to be actually nice here. That the original version of the premise is okay. This is maybe negative, but it's still like trying to give some respect here. Is that the original version of the premise is a little more interesting to me than the way it turned out, which is that the reason why Naruto has that strange headband is that originally he wasn't possessed by a fox spirit. He literally was one that had taken human form and decided to live a human life.
Oh yeah, that's way too interesting to ever become the plot.
And
of
actually,
a
he rode a big fuck off motorcycle and had adventures.
Oh, I like motorcycles. In fiction,
Yeah, and
in reality,
and those
they
were
tend
his
to be too
motorcycle
loud.
goggles. That he wore motorcycle goggles on his head.
But yeah, I have no ill will toward the Naruto franchise. I know.
But also,
I know
the other
Serge
thing I
likes
know
it,
is
and-
Rock Lee taking off the weights.
Yeah.
Which is
that's like the whole thing.
Literally all I know about Naruto is that Kakashi is the best character.
Mur, what is this
I
range
don't know
up
what he's
silly
talking
hit?
about.
Like the
know.
joke is that range is generally considered the least important stat in the Binding of Isaac. And he is performing a humorous inversion. I just don't quite know why.
I mean, because why not?
It's funny, but I don't get it. I feel like
Thou hast redeemed themselves and is no longer a demon.
Yeah. Actually, how did that happen? I guess it's because we got a new Oh no, it's because I have a red heart now, so Horror Babylon is not active right now. I have to get rid of that. So we can become a demon again. Because demons shoot better.
You gotta get down with the sickness.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
Reroll for range up.
Oh,
Demons have a range up.
Oh no.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at anime wise recently. This this coming season, which technically is already like just started, is looking pretty dry. So hopefully,
which is weird because like
something...
normally it's the like back in the day the thing was that the summer season was the one where nothing really of consequence happened. Fall and spring were where studios tended to air like their really big shows, and then winter was where all the weird experimental shit happened. But it seems like it's just getting more and more blurred.
Lately it seems like all the good shows air in summer or winter, and fall and spring are kind of comparative.
Which, that's what I'm saying, is it's gotten really strange in that way.
Like, the only thing this season that I've watched so far, and I did like it, was the After School Dice Club, which is a show about a group of girls who play Euro games.
Yeah.
And they actually, like, got all the licenses and stuff, which is neat.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, for anybody who was here on Sunday, that is a Leiden Films show. So...
Oh, man. Leiden Films redeemed!
Maybe? I don't know. They've got 3 fucking shows airing this season. I feel like...
Potentially.
I feel like the wheels are gonna fall off the car at some point.
I feel it's like a situation, like, as I said, where they'll, like, every once in a while drop something like Udon no Kuni that's actually, you know, endearing and good. And then the rest of their material is just, like, not good.
That seems about right from what I've heard.
It's like that they have the potential to do good work, but they generally don't. Or maybe it's like that they have certain directors and things who come to work with them, or production committees will come to them.
I like, Leiden Films is part of Super Ultra Pictures, which is also
Trigger.
The company that Trigger and a couple other studios are part of, so like maybe it's just a matter of who's actually actively working there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's the weekly anime report.
I'm gonna look and see what's actually coming up this season to scroll through it and see if there's anything I give a crap about.
While you do that, how like, what are you watching lately, Trey? Anything interesting?
Honestly, not too much. I do have the second season of Final Space to watch the rest of, because I saw like half of the premiere and then didn't get the chance to watch the rest. But that's a show that benefits from being binged, which is weird for me because I don't typically like to binge watch like shows. I'm more of a like see things occasionally in a couple of sessions type of person.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
But yeah,
I'm kind of the same way, honestly.
That's a good one. Genndy Tartakovsky's new like mini series is supposed to be premiering on Adult Swim soon.
Oh, what's that called? I didn't hear about that.
It is called Primal. It's a like dialogueless journey of a guy like in the prehistoric ages and a dinosaur who have like a bond with each other and like go on a journey and whatnot.
That sounds really cool.
It looks like it'll be an interesting show.
Tartakovsky does some interesting stuff.
Okay, I have seen the trailer for No Guns Life and it looks batshit insane.
Did you just check out to watch the fucking trailer for No Gun Life?
No, I didn't. I've seen it before.
I thought you meant like just now, and I was gonna.
No, I have seen it. No, I've seen it before, and it's batshit insane. There's a guy with a gun for a head.
That is the manga that's based on is the property that the famous "I have a gun for a head, I don't have to explain shit" image macro is.
I understand. I mean, that makes sense. And then that's getting an adaptation. There's a third season of Chihaya Furu, but I haven't seen the previous 2 seasons. I've heard that Chihaya Furu is really good. Beastars, I am curious about. It's
Beastars is getting exiled to Netflix hell. So...
Yeah, but piracy exists.
That's true, but I don't know. It's one of those things that doesn't really look like my jam, so I might just pass on.
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
fair.
But,
Oh, there's the one which is the guy who the pro wrestler who gets transported to another world.
Oh, yeah.
The princess tells him to kill monsters, so he suplexes her and then starts a pet shop.
That's a fucking Nisio Isin written series, isn't it?
Or some shit like that. It's like, it's written by someone really strange.
I might watch that. Like this season, like, I know that in actuality, anime is not made for critics to rank, but if it were, this would be the season to put your thing in if you wanted to, like, get, like, an underdog anime of the season. Like,
Oh no, it's done by the Konosuba guy.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought it was Nisio Isin. But,
Nisio Isin, there's a like an ongoing OVA series, if I'm not mistaken, that Shaft is doing, which is adapting some of his stuff that he did before Monogatari.
Ah, interesting. But, like, if you wanted to put out like a low-key anime of the year candidate, this is the season to do it in. The season is dry enough that I'm watching fucking Kanagawa Jet Girls when that comes out to see if that's any good.
Oh dear.
Which is an anime about water skiing.
Yeah, Pet. The thing about Pet is I am not particularly keen on the premise, but it is written by, like, it's being helmed by, oh god, his name is escaping me. I'm gonna look at this.
The Woder. Hello, Hans.
But it is being helmed by, and why is his name not? Am I blanking on his name?
Yeah,
is Sadayuki Morai. I love Sadayuki Morai. You know what he's been involved in?
What?
Okay, I'm gonna have to scroll down to give a few examples. Kino's Journey.
Okay.
Morio no Hako.
Don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Every season of Natsume Yujincho,
Nope.
he has scripted. Perfect Blue.
Okay.
Sorry, the Perfect Blue guy is working on the anime about a wrestler
He didn't write
who opens a zoo.
He didn't write the novel Perfect Blue, but he wrote the script. Yeah.
No. I know. Yeah. No, I understand. What?
The Blame movie.
The Blame movie is apparently really terrible. I've never seen it.
Oh well.
But,
it's the recent one.
Yeah, no,
I think.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Like he has some like duds here and there.
That's
like Junie Tyson.
No, like I believe you fully, but like that's just a strange.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, and I forgot he was one of the script writers on Alien 9.
Sure.
Ah, yeah.
But yeah, he's mainly known now for his work on Natsume Yujincho because he's been working on it for 6 fucking seasons. Natsume's Book of Friends.
Oh, that thing that you keep calling by the Japanese title, so I can't remember what it's called. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Natsume's Book of Friends is... Oh yeah, and he was the head writer on Boogie Pop Phantom.
Sure. This guy's got
he's
eclectic resume.
He's got a really interesting resume, and this series, while I don't find it an especially promising premise, it's like it involves psychics and it's a suspense story. But the fact is that he's worked with.
Wait, I thought you were talking
thinners.
about the wrestling anime still.
No, I'm talking. No, now I'm talking about Pet.
Okay, you didn't make that clear.
Which is I did make it clear. You just missed it.
Did I?
Yes.
What's Pet?
It's like this one is like it is this the psychic suspense story revolves around people who possess the ability
to infiltrate people's minds and manipulate memories. Their powers have been used in the underworld for covering up incidents, assassinations, and other deeds. These
That
powers
actually,
cannot...
like,
Okay,
that
it's potentially interesting.
in combination with the guy that wrote it, I might actually look at that.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
with the guy who wrote it.
I
It's
don't
more
think I knew
promising.
that was coming out. I died.
Oof.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
not paying attention, and I just got fucking yeeted on. Alright. That's okay.
But yeah, it's like there's
also,
some
Alien
weird shit
Knight
going
is,
on in
like,
the show.
apparently fantastic. I'm the Pringle Man.
Mustache.
I'm the Pringle Man right now.
Once you pop.
You don't
You just can't stop.
Yeah. Also, I've got the warding circle, which is an item I have literally not seen in so long that I forgot it existed. That's what that little yellow thing around me is.
Yeah, what's it do?
It slows down, like it freezes enemies that get caught in it,
Ah,
which means you can kind of like hold your enemies as you shoot them to death,
seems useful.
but you gotta get close to them, so there's like a risk-reward factor going on.
Right.
But it's one of those items that only shows up in like, I think it's exclusive to the Angel pool, which anything that is only there doesn't show up super often. And I think this is one of the rare ones even for that pool. So I like never see it.
Gotcha.
Can I can. Okay, no, I want to freeze you though. Can I freeze you? Only for a little bit. All right.
But,
did you mention that, Zersk? I'm sorry. I like you totally probably did. Like, I completely believe you. It's just like shows blend together in my mind sometimes.
But
so
yeah,
I forget
like
about some of them.
Avra, I would say Alien 9 is worth seeking out. It is one of my favorite shows. It's
Damn,
just
lots
that
of
it's
people like
really
Alien 9.
not for everyone.
It's also one of those ones where people say that you should read the manga either instead or also.
It's definitely an also.
Okay.
Because it leaves off before one of the most important plot points in the manga.
Like, literally, exclusively really hard rooms and bosses on this run, apparently. I just want to not die so I can use this cool item I don't get very often.
But yeah, it's like the thing. Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, yeah, it's a really good adaptation of the first, couple volumes of the manga. Which honestly, they could have adapted, like, had they, the funding and everything. They could have adapted like the whole manga in like 12 episodes, and even with the sequel, you could have just thrown on another 4. But the thing was that it was supposed to be a full series, but they only got money for like the first 4 episodes as TV specials, and
that's always
it was
when that happens.
And it went into development hell.
So it ended up kind of being an OVA type thing.
Yeah, basically.
Like,
I mean, it's usually listed as an OVA, but it's actually technically a TV special because it did air.
It's one of those things where like some anime just have extremely strange like release things.
Yeah, exactly.
I know a particularly infamous example is Key the Metal Idol, which has like all the episodes are different lengths or something like that.
No,
or,
I mean,
most of them are.
Well, no, it's like what happened was that like most of the series is like a normal half-hour length, and the last 2 episodes are movie length.
Yeah, that's weird.
Whereas, like, if you want like different lengths entirely, it would be you'd look more to like ONAs, like Planetarian's adaptation was entirely like.
Was that good?
Like I've heard it's really good.
It's something I'd watch sometime if I ever like feel like crying my eyes out.
Yeah, I have also heard that. Yeah, like that it will crush you. that it's really good and it will crush
Hello,
you.
Bird.
Hi, Bird.
Yeah, like, I heard that about the game, too, including from people who, like, normally hate visual novels. So, like...
Oh, yeah. It's also,
expect
like,
it as much.
I've heard, like, one of the least visual... Like, the least sort of choose-your-own-adventure visual novels.
It is what they call a kinetic novel, which means that, like, there's literally no choices. You just...
It's just a novel.
Yeah, you just press, and there's... It's a novel with, like, accompanying illustrations, basically.
Yeah, it's like it is a digital novel with accompanying illustrations.
In the form of a book. Or of a game, rather.
It's like a game-shaped novel.
Yes.
Okay, what else is here?
Oh
my god,
fucking
Fairy Gone
kidding
got
me?
a second season.
Dang.
Oh, wait, this might be better, actually. Oh, okay, I just start with the airstrike.
I forgot about this. Fairy Gone
And you have a
got
top hat
second
now.
season.
You've upgraded.
Shredney, I feel like you're not appreciating the fact that I have airstrike.
I see you have a top hat and you can bomb people.
Yes. I feel like I'm being condescended to by the game right now. It's like, hey, idiot. You couldn't win with our last round, so here, just have a victory.
Oh dear.
I might actually re-roll this if I get the chance to. I actually don't find Epic Fetus particularly fun to use.
So, oh yeah, this Africa No Salary Man looks potentially entertaining.
I don't usually bother with shows like that. The whole, like, net special thing. Every once in a while you'll get something really good, but most of them are pretty dull.
I don't know, like, the little snippets of it I've seen is, like, yeah, it's definitely biting on the Agretzko thing, but, like, it seems to be different in tone.
Yeah, it's like Agretsuko without any of the, like, whole,
like, if
edgy,
there's commentary, it's not going to be the same
undertone.
Kind of commentary.
Yeah. But, anyway...
I don't know if that one's one of the Agretzko itself. I don't know if that one is negatively affected by the fact that it is on Netflix, but I have watched it on Netflix and I enjoy it.
I think it actually is one of the few that has benefited.
Yeah, is like probably one of the rare that's actually benefited from being on Netflix. Just because it does not have like a stereotypically anime look.
Yeah.
So people who would not be interested in that kind of thing end up checking it out sometimes.
My little sister enjoys it.
Yeah.
There is yet another, and it looks visually even more different Pokemon series coming out in November.
What studio is doing that?
That's still OLM.
Yeah.
It's just that they have, like, you know, they've been bringing in new blood and stuff.
Yeah, like, people have made this joke and have made it more cleverly than I'm about to. But the fact that Ash looks progressively younger as the seasons are going on is really funny.
It is kind of funny. Let's see. Actually, incidental note, if I'm not mistaken, Africa No Salaryman is not going to be a short series, you know, it's like...
Really?
So, there's that, just for reference. In terms of, like, stuff that just looks bad, I'm gonna, like, poke around. Like, I mean, I already mentioned the second season of Fairy Gone, which I have heard the first season was, like, intensely mediocre.
The first season's just boring. I've seen a couple episodes of it, and it's not anything, really.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Intensely mediocre.
You're right, is all I'm getting at.
Yeah.
You are correct about that.
Let's see, stuff that... Well, actually, in terms of, like, things that are good, I've heard good things about High Score Girl, but I have not seen it, so...
I've read the manga
second season, no.
For
what?
That. I've read the manga for High Score Girl, and it is good.
Okay.
The thing is, like, it's a comedy. There's, like, a light romance plot.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Like, the only thing about that show is you do kind of have to have some level of background knowledge about the gaming stuff that they bring up.
Yeah, I am aware.
To get much out of it, like,
because it like very
yeah,
there's a lot that does hinge on, like, because it is very much about these kids playing these games.
yeah, it's kind of like like how the Gashi Kashi is mostly about candy.
Yeah,
like, it's the same sort of thing. Although I do
there's
think
another
High Score
season
Girl
of
is actually
Banana
good.
coming up.
Oh, Cat Banana anime.
Yes, Cat Banana anime.
I forgot about that show. This is
It puts a smile on my face.
Yeah.
And then there are some things that are going to continuing.
Yeah.
None of which, other than Vinland Saga,
I will
which
say,
I still haven't gotten to.
The one thing
are
I am
of
excited
interest.
for, I think
Uh-huh.
it literally comes out tomorrow, is Black Fox, which is not a series but is a movie.
Okay, I'm looking at... Yeah, oh yeah. Like,
That
I'm on
is-
movies now.
Yeah. That is a Studio 3
Oh.
Hertz production, which
Yeah,
is the
it
same
drops
people...
in 12 hours.
Yeah, which is the same people that did, among other things, Flip Flappers and Princess Principal.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they
the-
have a show this season too, but you know, that's another thing.
Works is making a movie.
But
That'll be out
I
in
want
6
to
days.
talk about Black Fox since I was thinking about it.
Okay.
Black Fox is a movie about a ninja girl, and unlike pretty much every other anime film, it is actually getting a simulcast on Crunchyroll.
Huh.
So
Wow.
you should watch that, and by you I mean everybody, because Sakugaburu of all places got an advanced copy a couple months ago, and it's apparently like actually amazing on every level. So you should watch that. So that way, like, oh god damn it. Hello?
Hey.
Oh, okay. I misread an icon in the corner. Never mind. I thought that this was telling me that my internet had gone out. What it was actually telling me is that Windows wants to update tomorrow, which, sure. Yeah. Everybody should watch that movie.
Okay.
Apparently very good. Not literally everybody, like, has to or anything. I'm being somewhat facetious, but...
Hello?
Shredney!
Hey.
Yeah, my thing, like, you guys, your voices started glitching out, and then the, Discord just died.
It happens. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said about Black Fox?
Yeah, that it's simulcasting on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, you should watch
And
it.
it's one of the very few things that are, I was just saying that the Cloverworks are releasing a movie in 6 days,
Is that
and
the,
there's no information on it.
Is that the Bunny Girl movie, or is that something else?
No, it's Sora no Aosa wo Shiru Hito yo.
Could I possibly get an English market title? If there
I
is
have
one?
no idea what the English title is.
Alright.
I'm gonna look, but
It's possible that there is not one.
it's quite likely there isn't one.
If it's not getting, like, released over here, or if they're not planning on doing one right now.
At least not yet.
Yeah. They're
Oh no, it translates apparently to "Who knows the blueness of the sky."
Oh, I've heard about that, and I forget what I've heard about it. So that's a useful critical impression for you. I know that it exists, and I do
There's a
not
Lupin
remember.
the Third movie coming
Yeah,
out.
it's like Lupin the Third, the First, I think it's called.
Yes. apparently.
Oh, Blue Sky has a Marie Okada script, so it's probably great.
Oh, fun.
Unless, like, everything else about it is awful, which could happen, but, you know, I don't see why it would.
Yeah, and in terms of, like, ONAs and OVAs and things...
God, did I tell you guys, this is, like, only anime adjacent, but, when I wrote my review of Maidens, I had a guy on Analyst, like, DM me, being like, I see that you have a very high opinion of Miss Marie Okada, but have you considered reading my dissertation on the flaws in her work and why you should like it less? And I think that was, like, maybe the funniest interaction I've ever had with another human being.
Oh dear lord. Oh yeah, there's this OVA which is Nullpeta looks cute.
It was like almost validating because I was clearly being mansplained to.
Man.
It was just it was funny. Also, the guy had an avatar of God, I forget the name of the show, but there's like this like 90s vampire action OVA that I see people rep occasionally, and I'm blanking on the name of it.
Hellsing?
No, it's not Hellsing.
No. Vampire Hunter D?
Maybe you'd know it if you saw it. Is what I would say.
Vampire Hunter D is like, yeah. I mean, or rather they're films, but still.
Sure, yeah, something like that. But, like, I don't mean to rag on the quality of the show. It was just, like... It's very telling about where this person's tastes lie, and what they evidently think of mine. It's funny reviewing stuff on Analyst, though, because, like... And this is how you'd expect it to be, I think. Like, whenever I review something that was, like, is recent and popular... I generally get, like, a bare minimum of, like, 20 likes on it, like, the reviews. Whereas if it's something old, you're looking at, like, 5 to 8 maximum. It's just how things go, I guess.
But, like, I recall seeing some of the trailer for this ONA here, and it looks cute.
What ONA?
Nullpeta, which is about a schoolgirl who is a genius inventor who builds her older sister a strange, fluffy animal robot body after she dies.
Interesting.
It looks odd, but potentially very cute.
I think I've heard of the manga that's based on.
I'm not
furry?
sure.
Question mark?
Not furry as in, like, I mean as in, like, a large, fluffy mascot-looking thing that is a robot.
Typical.
It is white and blobby, and has weirdly expressive eyes.
So
but they're not like human looking eyes. They're like, I don't know.
So it's Japan's answer to Big Hero 6.
Except that
Big Hero
the robot
7.
is the sister.
Are they gonna make a sequel to Big Hero 6 called Big Hero 7?
It has a TV show that's also called Big Hero 6, so I don't think so.
They should make a sequel called Big Hero 7.
Oh, apparently they're doing like a mini Yuri. A Yuri mini animation series.
That actually started already, and I don't
know
how I feel about it.
Okay.
Like, it's become a common thing to, like, if a series is somewhat older and well-liked, but not, like, a mainstream hit, they'll do, like, those little mini-anime as basically like a consolation prize instead of more seasons, and I don't know, it just kind of strikes me weird. I might watch it anyway because I do actually really like Yuri. I think it's actually pretty underrated.
Hmm.
I think I said this on Sunday, but it's not like one of my favorites of the decade, but it has occasional really good episodes, and it's never anything like worse than pretty good.
So there are some to-be-announced things in terms of when they're going to happen that, like, which could be, like, apparently there will at some point be a second season of Maid Dragon.
That's next year, I think. Like, that was, like, obviously there's the Kiyoani fire happened, so, like, that was going to be this year, I think, but it got pushed back.
Yeah, it got pushed back, I understand. Okay, this is real fucking weird. Apparently there is going to be a sequel of sorts to Makaku City Actors.
I've heard of that. I think I actually have it on my plan to watch.
That is the Akiyuki Shimbo show that very few people like.
I've heard... Have I heard good things about that? Maybe I'm mixing up something.
Well, it's like one of those shows that, like, not a lot of people hate it. It's just that there are a lot of people who don't like it, and there are a lot of people who are like, it's not particularly good, but it's interesting.
That's kind of the impression that I got, yeah. One of those things, like another show like that is C. I don't know if anybody remembers that series, honestly.
C, the
Money of something,
and Possibility Control. Yeah, I've seen the first episode or a couple of that, and I've been meaning to watch the rest of it.
One of those, like, weird conceptual action
That
shows.
is another Kenji Nakamura show.
Actually, like, to try to rein things back into the realm of being just a general conversation that anyone can find amusing. There is a demon credit card in that show.
Yes, there is. C is another Kenji Nakamura show, which is the guy who did Mononoke, Gatchaman Crowds, and what is it called? Trapeze and Suritama.
I tried, folks.
I was just saying.
It's
I like
fine.
his direction.
No, it's fine. It's just I always get self-conscious when we talk about anime for more than like half an hour-ish on the show, because I feel like a lot of people just kind of tune out when we do that.
Yeah, I totally understand. That is totally fair.
I mean, I guess that's kind of true of any subject.
Okay.
But what are you like? What are people up to in the chat? Actually, we don't talk to our chat directly enough. What is anime? That's a good question.
Oh, I was gonna say, hey, Mur, I was
went
gonna
to
ask.
bed like an hour ago.
I was gonna...
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask him what he thought of my music recommendations, because I know he liked you telling him about Dungeon Synth, even though he didn't think it would fit his particular campaign that he was running.
Trey brought up Promare. That's out, and I would like to see it at some point.
I'm mildly curious about it. I guess I'm just, like, less curious because I am not... While I really enjoyed Kill la Kill and Luluko, and I would really like to see Gridman, I am not, like, a Trigger super fan like some people are.
That's fair. I feel like you do kind of have to be interested in Imaishi's, like, whole thing. Yeah. To get... Like, I'm saying this as somebody who hasn't seen it, but from what I understand, it is just, like, Imaishi doing his thing, except with dudes this time. Like, that's kind of my understanding of it.
Which, you know, I feel like I'm cool with that, because, like, I liked Gurren Lagann back in the day, and I still feel like I enjoy Kill la Kill and such now.
Yeah. He's a...
Like,
hey, is there a way to, like, find... how do you find, like, what'll be airing next year on AniChart?
I think you can just, like, click the next season button. But, like... Imaishi is more of an esthetician than a like super deep narrative guy, but
Yeah,
I want to
understand.
see Promare whenever I can get a chance to. But it's apparently quite good, and that is all I will say on that. That might also be what the word esthetician means, but that's not what I meant by it.
Esthetician with a th.
Don't talk to me about my Shredney.
Esthetician or aesthet. I don't fucking know.
Aesthetician.
Esthetician. Yeah.
American.
America.
Selamat pagi.
Sata Andagi.
Sata Andagi.
Different show, but same vibe.
Yeah. Same hat.
Same hat.
Same hat. Oh man.
You guys ever think about how same hat and wig mean totally different things?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Why do different headpieces have different slang connotations?
She also snatched my weave.
Yeah, like it's all different kinds of.
Oh hey, there's actually an exact date for the Made in Abyss sequel movie.
Shred me.
January 17th, 2020, bitches. We doing this. We're making this happen.
Oh boy.
Isn't it we're making this happen?
We're making this happen.
Yeah. Mala has entered the chat.
Entered the chat. Oh no.
Actually, I think they are probably playing
Oh
Borderlands.
worm.
Right
Oh no.
Oh.
I told you.
Wig.
Same wig.
Same
I
wig.
told you, bro.
Same weave.
Uh.
Have you ever thought about that?
I told you about stairs, bro.
I told you. I warned you, dog. On God?
Just, yeah, like, need to eventually, like, actually finish Homestuck.
Why?
Because I want to know what happens.
The only thing I know about Homestuck is that Vriska did nothing wrong.
That
Oh,
is
no.
that is objectively incorrect, and anyone who stands Vriska actually knows this and are lying to themselves. The motherfucker.
See, I like that I can
Vriska
say
as a
that
character.
without ever actually having read the thing and know that it will get a reaction anyway.
Yeah.
I like Vriska as a character. She is very interesting, but she's also kind of awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, tried to think of a funny comparison and I couldn't think of one. Good job, everybody.
What's a good example of a character who is sympathetic but also a dreadful person, and you want them to stop?
Hi.
Show from Granville. You are not a dreadful person who I want to stop, Trey. If anything, I wish you would more often.
Like, not stop.
Yeah, not stop.
Fair
Just
enough.
continue to Trey.
Yeah. But, yeah, like, Vriska is... What are, like, some good parallels of characters who are deeply fucked up people?
Sorry, do you mean... Avra, do you mean the new Kanye album that he said was going to be out on Sunday and then just didn't release? Because that's still really funny to me.
Yeah. Oh
I do not like Kanye West anymore, but it is extremely amusing to me that...
Is the album actually out yet?
No, it's not. He was like, oh yeah, it's coming out on Sunday, and there was like a listening party and everything, and it just didn't come out.
And then I did.
And this is the second time in as many years as he's been like, yeah, the album is coming out on this specific day, and then just didn't release an album. Because last year, he was supposed to release an album called Yandi, and he just didn't. And now this year, he was supposed to release this, like, quote-unquote gospel rap album called Jesus is King, and just
And then he didn't.
And it's just... Like... It's...
But apparently he had a listening party for it with
He
some
did!
people.
Like, there were... Like, it wasn't even, like, a private listening party, it was a public one. And, like, a bunch of people went, and the album was played. So it's done. Yeah. It's just not anywhere. Like, you can't get it.
And, like, also, isn't Yandhi, like, isn't it, like, that it probably, like, is at least partly done?
No, Yandhi was, like, also mostly finished.
All
like,
done,
most of
yeah,
it, like, most of it has since leaked.
Huh.
But he just never released it.
Was what is available from it actually good?
No.
Oh.
You know, if the question is, did this thing that Kanye released post the life of Pablo any good? The answer is no. Occasionally something will be accidentally good by virtue of someone else being involved. Like, he's still a perfectly good beat maker. But if it's like a Kanye at the front project, no. Avra said that the lyrics are apparently undercooked, which, given what I've heard of them, seems like a very generous way to put it. There is a song with the lyric, "You closed on Sundays, you're my Chick-fil-A," in the chorus.
Oh no.
There is a Kenny G solo on Jesus is King. On the other end of the spectrum...
So is Jesus is King his version of the big day?
Like...
Oh no.
Like, the thing is, on the other end of the spectrum, there's a fucking Clips reunion on Jesus is King.
What?
Pusha T and Malice on the same song for the first time in, like, however many years.
On a gospel rap album?
Well, Malice is a gospel rap artist now, so that's probably,
okay.
like, why he agreed to show up.
Yeah, but I'm
like,
saying Pusha T on a gospel rap song.
Well, look... From what I understand, the whole gospel thing is very loose.
Okay.
Before this whole listening party happened, somebody on the rap subreddit, and I wish I could remember their name, so I could give them credit for this amazing prediction, said, "I can't wait for Jesus is King to come out so I can hear Kanye talk about eating ass over gospel samples." And it seems like that's what it is.
Oh no.
He's saying that I'm only gonna do Christian music now. Christian ass-eating anthems.
Yes. Like, yeah.
This is a Christian Minecraft server. We only talk about eating the ass of our wives.
I guess.
In holy matrimony.
Like, it's just a lot. I don't know. I wish that he wasn't also, like, a terrible person, so I could find it funny guilt-free.
I mean, the fact that he's gone so far up his ass actually makes it kind of like the Schadenfreude funny.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. There's clearly, like, the guy needs help that he's not getting.
Yeah.
Which sucks, like, legitimately. Sad. But also, like, you know...
it was kind of a funny comparison. Was Avra in, like, a different thing, had compared, like, what he's doing now to kind of when Bob Dylan decided that he would become a born-again Christian and made really bad religious music for a while?
I mean, I think Bob Dylan has since kind of rebounded, so maybe we'll get that from Kanye someday, so I'd like to believe that comparison.
Yeah.
But just like...
and also both of them have other interesting, like, points of comparison. Like, they started doing what they were doing fairly young, you know, and were quite influential in their early work, and then went into, like, weird self-indulgent periods when people started, like, to stop telling them no, don't do that.
Like, that is... I seriously think that that's a big part of it, is that nobody will tell Kanye to not do something. which is why
Yeah.
for a solid year we had like Republican Kanye,
Yeah.
and that is just like that's awful in like a not funny way.
And now it's like born again Jesus freak Kanye.
Yeah, and this like less than 6 months after he went on like a fucking Twitter feud about how much he hated Drake. So
Yeah, I mean because
Just-
like, and he used to be friends with Drake, didn't he?
kind of, they've always had a weird relationship, but like that's
yeah.
not anything unusual in rap. But like
At the very least, they were willing to collaborate with each other.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Forever, a very good song, which turned 10 recently and made me feel fucking ancient. But
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
yeah. All right, well we're gonna move on to GeoGuessr.
Woo! I have to use the restroom very quickly, and I will
Alright.
be back in a second.
I'm going to load up GeoGuessr.
GeoGuessr.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Blonde on Blonde. People like MMB. People like that album. I don't know if people like Blonde on Blonde. I am not clear. I don't know very much about Bob Dylan. You know what's frustrating? There must be a way to change this, but the chat capture stuff only stays in there for like a couple seconds. Oh hey Cammy, how are you? You missed us talking about Promare for like 2 seconds. Promare car. Oh, there she goes. Truly, this is a Promare car moment.
I feel like I want to watch it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it out to a theater to do so.
If it makes you feel any better, it will almost certainly leak online when the DVDs come out, which I think is next month. Not the DVDs, Blu-rays.
Fair.
So you can just watch it then.
Yeah.
Don't put Pog Champs in my chat. I fucking hate those things. Cammy, I'm going to fry you. What is this GeoGuessr capture window? Yeah, okay. Oh, actually I should turn that off for a second, because I need to actually log in. You guys are testing my patience, is what you're doing. Log in. This is the right one, right? Yes, okay, I've got all the pro stuff on. Cool. Burnish egg. I haven't seen the film, so I don't know what that means. Cammy, would you like to watch us play GeoGuessr, and you can help if we end up in, like, Colombia?
Hello.
Hello.
I should move my mouse over to the other side of the keyboard so I can actually use it comfortably. We're gonna do Diverse World, because this
Okay.
is
World.
good. Also, it's what Northern Lion and Sign Victa have been playing on their YouTube series, which I've been watching lately.
Neat.
Alright, we got people just like hanging out by the road here. What are
I
you
was
looking
about to
at?
say from the trees, this looks like sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah, this looks Africa to me.
I want
Also-
some of the food.
Yeah, like they're just like having a little picnic. I wonder what they're eating.
Yeah, that looks pretty chill.
Um,
What they up to?
we got text, export,
Import, export,
country bond.
acquittal bond.
I'm reasonably sure that we are in like somewhere-
Zambia. It says Freight Zambia.
Yeah. We are somewhere in English-speaking Africa.
Yeah,
Celtic
which would be
folk, so-
like we're either in Zambia or South Africa,
Yeah. Now where
or
is
possibly Botswana.
Cammy? I'm pretty sure we're not
Or
in
Namibia.
Louisiana. There's Zambia. I will put us on the road near Lusaka tentatively. But let's see if we can find Moody Blue. That's a band that I like one of their albums.
Yeah, I haven't heard a
that's
whole
the
lot of
Moody
Moody Blues stuff. Like a while back when I heard them, I wasn't like thrilled.
They got a record with a jellyfish on the cover that I got in a library sale once, and I like it.
Murder Blues.
Murder Blues.
Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't have to worry about, trucks or shipping, that is a good thing.
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata, D&H.
Linguistics.
Brunei?
Logistics.
That's not
No,
right.
No, I think it says Berry, which is a city in
Yeah.
or Benpri.
Benoni.
Benoni.
Fairland.
No, it's. It looks like Benoni or Benori or something. Benoni. But yeah, I mean, like, the thing was, when I listened to them, it was more that I was frustrated that they weren't weirder. Was my thing.
Is Hakuna Matata the name of this trucking company?
I wouldn't be surprised.
It has to be.
Can you just do that?
It's Swahili, isn't it?
Maybe, I don't know.
It just
like
means
Disney has trade.
Yeah, it means no worries. Which means it's like, don't sweat it trucking. Don't sweat it trucking is pretty good.
That actually does, that does make sense.
Yeah. And then there's Freight Zambia.
Disney can't trademark a common phrase.
And then I guess Moody Blue was the other trucking company here.
Yeah.
I've just never really thought about it that way before, but you are correct.
Let's look at that, like, what's that on the side of the road there?
I think that's Porta Potty.
Yeah, but, like, let's see the side of it.
Yep.
No, there are no words on it. Oh, well.
What do
it's
you
just
mean
a little blue porta potty.
I think we accidentally clicked past a sign. I was really hoping.
I know in retrospect that they are more poppy. It's just like that. I was expecting, because they are
Weybridge ahead. Okay.
Sort of one of the godfathers of progressive rock, that I would encounter something like. My expectations were different from what was the case.
Stay down, government.
Weybridge.
Yeah, Slow down, government Weybridge ahead.
Cammy, we're not in Barbados. I'm going to scramble you. She's being a little troll down in my chat.
Cammy, don't troll the chat.
Scrambled eggs.
Baby, I can hear the blues calling. Engine. I guess
Fast
that's
food.
I guess that's a brand. Yeah, that's like a.
I know Barbados is a country.
Yeah.
Don't call me bitch.
It's a country. It's just not where we are.
Oh, Botswana.
Botswana.
Anybody recognize?
I mean, my other guess was Botswana,
Romela,
and it is right on the border.
Lagangwe, Mo Botswana, Kamizaka. Maybe we're like.
Botswana is
Botswana?
right.
It's farther up.
No,
right?
it's further south. Like it's
below.
directly
Oh yeah,
south.
okay,
See?
okay, there it is.
Botswana.
So right up.
Yeah,
right.
that tracks. So maybe we're like right here.
Could be.
Let's find out. Yeah, okay.
We're weirdly close to the border.
We were just over
Holy
on the
shit.
Zambia side. Or no, we were
just
right
over
near.
on the
Yeah,
Botswana
okay.
side, which is why Freight Zambia was there, because
It's
it was transporting
freight
stuff to
from
Zambia.
Yeah, okay.
On the tiniest little point where it's on the border with, like, the only part where it actually borders Zambia,
Hey.
because the rest of it is the top of Namibia.
That's why I like Diverse World. You get like a lot of cool guesses like that where you can figure it out based on context clues, but you need to like.
Oh, that looks like Korean.
Yeah. Maybe.
Where are we in Korea, though?
Let's see. Can I zoom in a little bit? It's very faded, and it's only Korean.
Yeah, I can't read Korean for.
Does anybody know Hangul to sound this out? Because I have no idea what this says.
The thing is that, like, as I said, it's like Hangul is really simple to read, but I don't know any of the letters.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
where is this in Korea? And I don't know Hangul, which sucks. It's sort of like Armenian. Is like Armenian doesn't seem to be particularly hard to read if you know it, but I don't know it.
I'm going
HD.
to steal an observation from somebody else again. Northern Lion pointed this out on his series. Like, no matter where you are in the world, people like satellite TV.
Yeah.
HD.
HD. High definition.
High def.
High def. Stereophonic sound. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Coming
no
at you
English on
in
this
stereophonic sound on the radio.
I
Inside
will
your
say,
radio.
If there were something written in Hanja here, then that would be pretty weird.
Oh, I'm sorry,
but it would-
Zursk. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that you were able to decipher.
Oh,
will
I
go
didn't.
back.
I didn't know that you knew Hangul.
I apologize. I will find a sign for you to parse. What about this right here?
There's one right there.
Yeah. I feel like we might be like in the South Korean interior, because the fact that nothing is written in English makes me think they don't get a lot of tourists here.
Yeah, either that
Or like people
or
from other
somewhere
countries.
like. Well, I mean, I was gonna say, like, for a second, we could be on Jeju, which has like very few tourists and is very rural, and they speak a very specific dialect of Korean. But then I would expect to see an extra.
That is a no swimming sign. Good point.
No, what I'm saying is, like, is that but the thing about Jeju is that you would notice there's like a dot which is a long A that doesn't exist in other dialects of Korean, and you'd notice it pretty quickly.
I do think that you sometimes 5.
Yeah.
5. Hello, Mala.
5.
Did somebody direct Mala here because I made that joke when we were talking about Homestuck? About Mala
Mala has entered the chat. Mala actually has entered the chat.
Mala has literally entered the chat. There they are.
Yeah, that was...
To be fair, we were only talking about Homestuck for like 10 minutes, but, you know.
10 minutes.
Okay. Well, honestly, glad to have you here either way. I was just wondering, because we...
It was just funny because it's like, earlier. Oh no, the bat signal.
The bat signal. Trey, why are you posting numbers in the chat?
8.
That's a Fibonacci number?
Fair.
A pair of Fibonacci numbers there?
You can detect Homestuck.
See you, Cammy.
See you later, Cammy.
Yeah,
I think
Trey has become number station. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no. Mary Adam Susan.
Oh wait, that sign could be something.
If anybody wants to try to parse these out, otherwise I'm just gonna say that we're probably in the Korean interior. So like maybe
somewhere with not a lot of cities.
Near Mungyang. Mungyang? I'm not sure.
Mungyang.
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 Yeah.
Because EO is
I will give, if anybody, I'll give you all like a moment or so if you want to try to parse out what these say.
Whereas,
I don't know if it's anything even relevant. I think that one might just be just an ad for a fruit stand up top. Yeah, okay. We were a little bit far.
We were in the interior. We were just in a different part of the interior. Yeah. I did find it really crazy that we were on the tiny sliver of Botswana that actually borders Zambia, and that is the weirdest, most specific place you could possibly be.
Goodness. Camera's not great out here. All cops are bastards? I mean, you're not wrong, but why are we saying that right now? Why is the camera so much clearer on the other side of the road? I hate it when that happens.
Assigned cop at birth.
Does that say Gamzee? It's following us.
Oh no.
Try to read like this sign over here, university sign to the left. If it would let me back over there, I would like to read, like, go back over to the side that's a bit clearer. But the fucking click interface is not wanting to work out again. It's impressive how much worse GeoGuessr is now that you have to pay for it. Something university. Oh, fuck off!
Oh no.
The Technical University. That's so generic.
Beautiful. Well, at least we know that the text is in English and another language.
Yeah, is that like a fucking movie prop? Like what? Authoritative. Anybody recognize
I was gonna
this
say
logo? There's like no
assigned
text on
cop
these
at
props.
birth, so Kamala Harris,
Safety first.
basically.
Safety first.
Thank you for making that joke in lieu of Win, who is not with us tonight. That's a Win joke.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even utterly despise
down.
Kamala Harris, but she frustrates me
Yeah.
deeply. And I am
that's-
gonna make that joke.
And that's what we're gonna say about that. Okay, I ended up back on the good, like the side of the road with the good camera now. Maybe I can get a better look at this.
Yeah.
Buttigieg.
Yo.
Buttigieg. I am young and also, yeah, that's about...
Oyo
that's like his-
State? Is that what that said? Ibadan, Oyo State.
Ibadan, Oyo State.
Where?
Yes, it did.
Where are the Oyo people from? That's it's somewhere in Africa. Nigeria. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking that seems... yeah, like, Ibadan sounds like Nigeria.
We will tentatively put...
Where is Oyo State? Southern Nigeria,
yeah,
I'm guessing?
me.
Ibadan. There's Ibadan.
Oh,
see?
yeah, there. Okay, we're outside of Ibadan, and there's
Somewhere
Oyo
outside of Ibadan.
specifically. So let's put it down there. There we go.
Oh, wow. We were actually very close.
Get it.
Did you know that Nigeria has, like, about as many people as the U.S. or some shit?
Ew.
What the hell?
Very
really?
densely populated, right?
Wow.
Or at least the cities are.
Yeah.
Never would
Yeah,
have thought.
cities are extremely densely populated, and
I took a
also
pill
it
and
is a
died.
big country.
The show Burna Boy, I was cool. Too many syllables doesn't really work. I tried.
I'm going to look up the
desperately-
population of
I
Nigeria.
tried desperately to think of Africa Bizarre. To think of a artist actually from Africa.
Tunisia. It says some souvenirs de Tunisie.
Souvenirs from Tunisia. But are those souvenirs that you buy in Tunisia, which is here, or are they souvenirs from Tunisia that are brought to here?
Yeah, but everything is in Arabic or French.
That's a good point. I don't think there are any other countries where that's the case.
Oh, no, there are, like Algeria.
Algeria,
But, like, if
that's a
it
good
says souvenirs of Tunisia, and it's in Arabic and French,
point. Yeah, you got a good point.
then it's fucking Tunisia.
Well,
probably.
we will put a pin in Safax here as we look around. Maybe we can get the city.
Malibu restaurant.
You're
Oh,
back?
no, it is lower, but the actual population estimate is 201 million.
That's a lot of people.
They are a pretty... I mean, as I said, they are a large country that is also densely populated.
The Belle Azur Hotel.
Anybody know?
I mean,
where
not as big as, like,
Azur
the
is?
Congo.
This place looks
like,
nice.
The former Belgian Congo, currently the DRC, is hugely... Oh, yeah. Nigeria has, like, a ton of ethnic groups.
I feel like Congolese people would probably not appreciate having their country referred to as the former Belgian Congo.
I said the former... I said the former.
I know. I'm just saying.
I mean, I apologize.
The DRC.
I mean, well, actually, to be fair, they'd probably be, like, less bugged if you were, like, formerly Zaire, because the thing is, I think there are people in the DRC who still refer to it as Zaire.
I mean, the Democratic Republic of the Congo is a bit of a long name, so I don't totally
Yeah,
blame them there.
it is. And, like, depending on who you ask, they're probably not accurate, because
Salon de
if you call yourself that, it's usually not accurate.
T?
Yeah,
Te is
It's
tea
te
in
is
French.
French for
Okay.
tea. Yeah.
I assumed it wasn't actually the word
Salon de
the,
thé.
but, you know.
Wait a second, what else does it say on that sign? Could you
Sorry.
go back?
Hold on.
Because it
Give me a
has
second.
ice cream there.
Yeah,
That's
I
neat.
mean, I would get ice cream here. Would you?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, it's a
what else
pizzeria, too. They got, like, freaking everything
Restaurant
at
and
this place.
pizzeria. Oh, that's real nice. Are we still in this place in Tunisia? Maybe.
Yeah, I assume we're somewhere in Tunisia. I was gonna try to see if we can get a city, but I don't want to
Yeah, it
spend.
would be useful to get a city like Sfax or Tunis.
Yeah, like it's kind of two ends of the country. You guys want
Mineral Wasser.
Wasser
Oh my God,
mit
it's in German.
Strudel? There's German on the sign.
That
Now I'm
okay.
second guessing myself.
Wait a second. No, there is one other place this could be. Because it has, and there's Italian. You know
Is
what?
that
No, it has a Tunisian flag.
is that the Tunisian flag?
Pretty sure. I'm gonna look this up.
Okay.
The Tunisian flag, that is.
I'm reasonably sure, but there are many flags in the world with the star and crescent on them.
Yeah, that's the Tunisian flag. So we are in Tunisia. We're probably in Tunis. I mean, the other place that would have just randomly stuff in like German next to mostly being in French and Arabic would be the former international zone in Morocco.
Fair enough. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable pulling
Tangier.
the lever on Tunis, and we were in Tunis. We were.
Well, we were at least
uh,
across the.
in Hammamet.
Yeah, we're in a suburb.
Yeah. 5 stars. Where are we now? That's an interesting sign.
Oh. Huh.
Anybody
Keep
know?
clear, keep clear. Okay, they speak English here.
Canada? Like actually this time? Because you keep saying that.
Okay, let's look at that sign there.
You still around, Trey?
Trey?
I wonder if something came up.
Trey?
I noticed that he had not
Like-
said anything for a bit, so I was wondering, are we in Pennsylvania?
Wait, not necessarily.
Washington County? It's rare, I feel like, to see things called Keystone outside of
Anything,
PA,
yeah, true
but
point. But,
Australian?
Higher Education Academy, okay.
Wow, I'm really glad I didn't go with that Pennsylvania guess.
Because we'd literally be on the opposite side of the world. Wowza.
Washington County, Australia? Where the fuck is that?
Okay, no,
Wellington.
Wellington
Okay.
Fair.
Isn't
Wellington
Wellington
Fair.
part of,
Yeah,
well, no,
it's a
isn't
place.
Wellington its own city? Hold on.
Yeah, but I can't remember where. Wait, it's in the south.
I thought it was one of the bigger cities, but I might be wrong.
It's not like a seriously big one like Canberra or Sydney or whatever.
Alright.
But it is, I think it's somewhere, is it in the south? Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast.
Rockhampton? Aren't they that rap group?
That's Rock, well, no. Rockhampton are the band, Rockhampton is the city,
I
apparently.
know I was making a funny.
I know you were making a funny.
Port Douglas. Any of my Australian viewers, of which there are, of course, many, don't take this the wrong way. Why do so many city
Well-
names in Australia sound made up?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to
like-
Coffs Harbour or fucking like.
Woolgoola?
Nah, I mean that one. That one
Well, that
might
one's
be.
actually-
That one might be an Aboriginal term. So.
Yeah, that's definitely not.
But like, But like
Yeah.
the reason I thought of that was specifically Port Douglas. Like it just doesn't
Fort
sound
Douglas.
real.
Fort Douglas does, yeah, it does sound kind of fake. Like the ones that are
Appropriated
actually
English
like
words or
weird
indigenous
European
words?
names
Possibly.
always
Possibly.
do often sound very fake.
Yeah, like I'm sure, like that might be what like Canberra is from, but like
Yeah, like I mean, but
oh, there's Trey.
like most of the hello Trey.
Hi.
Hi, where you what where was you at?
Visited the facilities.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
But I'm back now.
Did not mean to
But,
draw attention to it.
Oh, Royal
we're in
Perth
Perth. Okay.
Hotel. Okay, Perth.
Where's Perth again? That's one of the real big ones. It's like
It's like down near.
is it over here?
I think it's.
Yeah. Perth
Oh,
over
there
here.
it is.
Now,
Wow, I
where
was
is
way off.
Wellington country? Or Wellington County, rather. That would be, like, the best thing to do. Whatever. Perth. Boom!
We were literally on the other side of the river.
Yeah, we were on the other side of the Suave.
Holy shit, we got 4,993 points.
That was a pretty good one.
That was
We did
an
actually-
extremely powerful round.
Really well. Holy shit. Wow.
Now, I think this will just give us a new run on the same map set. Yeah. Cool. We got time
I was
for,
just
like, at
looking
least
up
one more.
stuff about Igbo.
About what?
Igbo.
The language?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I also just love making the B sound. It's just, it makes me happy. Oh, wait, like, go back to
What
that sign.
language is this?
Jedin Sven. Okay, this is like. This is,
It's not Turkish. Or maybe
No,
it
this is, I am pretty sure, like.
one of the South Slavic languages.
No, yeah, it's like Serbian or Croatian.
Yeah. Is Jedin Stevny a place?
Stevny. I mean, it could maybe be something like Slovene,
Could be.
but it's like probably like that looks a lot like Croatian.
It's one of the
or
Slavic countries
Serbian.
and one of the ones where they do not use.
Srecan. Oh no! Oh,
Cyrillic.
actually, this tells us exactly
Oh.
where we are. We're
That's
Podgorica. That's like
the coastline of Croatia.
So yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
Montenegro. We're in Montenegro. That's south.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Coastline of We're along the coastline of Montenegro somewhere.
Is Vuk a specific? Oh, this is a map.
Yeah, see Podgorica.
yeah, we're
and
near-
it's
we're
further.
near-
We're further south near Bar. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, isn't this biggest because like you are here?
It might be, but
Maybe we are near it.
or
doesn't
it's just a
matter that
general
much.
thing of
Yeah. Okay. We were.
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit further. In
we were
That's
actually
fine.
further north.
Yeah, we were like.
But
we
still,
were like near the Serbian.
We
border,
were
but
we were near the Serbian border. Okay.
We're way too good at this. Well, it's not that hard if they just give you a map of the place that you're in.
Montenegro is a very small country. It's hard to
Yes.
fuck up. Well, you're in Montenegro, sure.
Montenegro, I have heard, is a very nice place to visit. Which, like,
Yeah.
I don't mean that in like people usually follow that with like, but I wouldn't want to live there. I mean, just like it's apparently like a very nice
No.
vacation spot.
It's a nice little country.
I
And
have-
also, did you know that they sent a for Eurovision they sent a rapping philosopher?
Good.
Huh.
That's good. Cafe
Romantica.
Romantica. I believe we're in
Gas.
somewhere in one of the German-speaking countries.
Yeah. Cafe Romantica. You know, it's like we are in the sexy part of Germany.
Einbahn.
Einbahn, one road. Oh, it's just one way.
One way road, yeah.
One way road.
On the Einbahn, bon.
Oh dear lord.
A one-way highway would be problematic for a number of reasons.
Yes.
Oops, I accidentally resized the window. Is it still capturing okay? Yes, it is. Good.
Yeah, we
Three-way
good.
highway. That would be logistically
Fun
difficult.
on the Autobahn.
I should actually move somewhere.
I need to re-listen to Autobahn because it's been a long time.
I do too, but also fuck Kraftwerk for that thing that they did recently.
What thing did they do recently?
They like helped make copyright laws in the EU much more restrictive.
Oh,
Because
that's unfortunate.
I don't know why actually, to be honest with you, but it's not a great look.
Yeah.
Albert
von der
Jahren Ausstellung der Wohnbaustauer. I can pronounce that pretty much spot on. I don't know what the fuck it means though. Schumacher Hof is just Schumacher House, I think.
Cool. Oh, it's
I'm
Vienna.
a big fan.
It said, I mean, Wien is Vienna.
Does it say Wien? Oh yeah, Wien, right there. A big fan of Kraftwerk, and I'm activated now. Is that like the new hot slang term, like being activated?
You have been activated.
Activated.
Okay.
Like we're
let's see.
Like we're spies now.
It's apparently just an opera thing, but
I
still.
know, but like I want it to catch on.
I would like it to catch on.
How are you feeling today? I'm activated, bro.
Vienna and oh look, there's a tobacco shop.
Tabac. There's a place near where I grew up that was called Tabac, and it was like spelled like this, but there was a C in there. I wonder if that was like a
probably
like
a similar thing.
like
yeah, I mean,
thing.
I know that there's a similar.
I think Tabac actually closed a while back, which I'm not too sad about because it was a tobacco shop. So, you know.
I mean, like, you know.
Although, given the choice, if it was like between chain tobacco shops and a local place, I'd rather the local place stay open. But...
Yeah, and also, you know, if somebody's getting their stuff from like a tobacco shop, it's less likely to have the sort of really terrifying additives that most, mass-produced cigarettes have.
Though to be fair, I don't think they closed due to a lack of business. And depending on how you look at it, this is either way sadder or way less sad, but I think the owner actually died. And
that sucks.
His family just kind of didn't want to bother with keeping the store open. It was something like that. I only ever hear about this kind of thing like secondhand because my family relays like everything that happens in Lehigh County to me because they think I'm interested for some reason. But
I mean, they're
makes good anecdotes for the show.
Yeah, and also like better than. How have things been? Fine. We're not going to say anything.
Yeah. I thought this place was called Computer Raffle. It almost is, but that's an I.
Computer Profi.
Yeah. Like, I thought this place was called Computer ROFL, and I was going to die.
That would be great, though. Is like Computer Raffle. .com. No, it's computerprofi.com. www.
No, Raffle, ROFL.
No, like but I'm saying that.
No, I'm talking.
If it were Computer Raffle, then it would be ROFL.
It's a Midas. Trust the Midas touch.
I'm gonna assume we're in Vienna and hope I'm not wrong.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're just in a slightly different part of Vienna.
Yeah, that was we only missed like 20 points there.
A couple of blocks.
Yeah, at most. Whoa.
Okay, we're in.
Streets are packed. What language do we got down here?
This looks like Spanish. Yeah, that's
something
Spanish.
And water.
Or maybe
on Friday.
Portuguese.
I think the E.
No,
like
that's
the
Spanish
Y
because it has E.
Yeah, the Y.
As opposed to A.
E.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
is,
A is Portuguese.
Yeah, that's like the one of the few things I know where you can tell them apart.
Yeah, like. Venta. What did it say there?
Something gardens.
Venta de maderas
Las Gardenias. Or Gardenias? Oh, wait.
Is this a jail?
Yeah, yeah, Oficina Justicia?
Oh, it's a
Justicia.
notary. It's a notary.
It's a notary.
Okay. I
Okay,
saw the
that makes
bars
sense.
like this, and I saw the word Jurisdicia,
That is ominous,
and I was
isn't it?
like, "Is this
Yeah.
a fucking prison? Like a tiny little prison?"
Vodka?
Coca-Cola.
Baby jail. It really is a baby jail.
Gay baby.
With the G. G-A-O-L.
G-A-O-L,
Baby
yeah.
jail.
Baby gal. There's a
Gal.
place in Code Vein, which will probably make its Shapes and Forms debut next week. So look forward to that. Called the something or other jail, and I saw that and just immediately thought of Edlin. Juan Alfaro. This is just people's names.
Securita.
Justicia.
This is just ads.
Brava.
What is
soda.
Pepsi.
Oh,
Pinguinos.
it's You guys want ring dings?
Mm.
I love those
Pinguino.
things. They're terrible for you, but I love them.
Yeah, I often
Hey,
enjoy
the last
things like
time
that myself.
somebody came in here and demanded ASMR, we banned them. Don't push your luck. Santa Esmeralda. I believe that's the name of the condo complex, unfortunately. not the city.
I mean, to be fair, they were doing it in a creepier way than you are.
This was way back when we used to do Super Nintendo games on the show. This person was just like, ooh, lisp into the microphone. It was extremely off-putting.
It was extremely uncomfortable.
I don't ban people from my chat very often, but
There are very few reasons to
was
ban
enough.
someone from the chat. Oh, there was also the angry server drama person.
yeah, about a server that I'm not even in. That was great. You guys like this fucking tire cheetah?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
That's a great logo.
next level.
Man, I have no clue where we are.
I respect that.
Like the mountain in the distance is making me think like, okay, maybe like
all these
Peru
like new car places are giving me like honestly kind of giving me flashbacks
yes.
to when my mom and I had to walk to the impound lot recently.
Okay, I do want to interject. If you do know the country, just don't spoil it for us. If you have like outside knowledge, you can make guesses, but if you like look something up, no spoilers. That is our rule here. But continue.
Motocicletas.
Dreadney?
What?
I said you can continue. I just wanted to.
Oh yeah, like, but I'm saying it's like giving me flashbacks too. My mom and I had to pick up because our car got towed, and we suspect it was because of this angry FedEx guy who kept making the terrible mistake of driving up, this particular side road we're on really badly and yelling
Nice.
and he would yell at our car and glare at it and shit. And we have to pay like $1 zillion in tickets now, some of which include my dad's tickets, and he's deceased, from before I was born.
Central America.
From before my parents were married.
That's
There are tickets.
terrible, actually.
And we had to, and we
Wonder if
wound
we
up
were in, like,
because
Honduras or something.
because we took the wrong, well, not the wrong bus, but we took the right bus, but it didn't stop where we thought it would, because it changes that particular route. We wound up having to walk to the impound lot, past blocks and blocks of car sales places.
Yeah, there's like any reasonably populated urban area, and I don't know why this is this Chinese. I think it might be like
yeah, it's a Chinese
fake
restaurant.
Chinese. Okay, that's interesting.
No, I think it's real Chinese. It's just
it
it's a
might
Chinese
be.
restaurant.
It's just like I just saw Chinese characters, and I was gonna be like, Where in the fucking world do they speak both Chinese and Spanish?
Well, I mean, you can have a Chinese restaurant and
Chinese immigrants.
Chinese
yeah.
immigrants.
Yeah. But no,
In
like I was briefly I didn't realize it was a restaurant sign. Is what I'm getting at. Is I thought it was just like
Fair.
a sign that was also in Chinese.
Spanish and Chinese, I could see.
Maybe parts of the Philippines.
Yeah, I was gonna say Philippines, maybe Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore.
Possibly Malaysia
Mexico?
in some very small areas. Oh yeah, and I mean there are a tiny number of places in Southeast Asia.
Pixel.
What did Zersk say? The thing gets cut off.
Zersk said there's a good amount of Chinese immigrants in Mexico.
Yeah,
which I did not know,
surprising.
but like makes sense.
I'd actually heard about that, but I'd forgotten about it.
Noriega? That's an interesting name to give your auto shop down here.
Oh wait, we could be in Panama.
I think that's a great argument for not being in Panama.
Okay, true point.
Because, like, I don't think it would be named that if that's where we were.
But the thing is, there are people named Noriega who are
Lots
not
of-
Unless it's,
Noriega.
I was gonna say, unless it's like a Castro situation where it's actually just a very common last name, and I am just.
Noriega is not an uncommon last name. Last I checked.
Okay.
Lots of Central America, like Central
Yeah,
America.
like Central America. So I think we're in like Honduras or something. Like somewhere.
Could be. There are a lot of people on
Wendy.
motorcycles. Like maybe it's just a group of them, but still,
Yeah.
which happens. You know, there are biking clubs that do that sort of thing.
Hey, shout out to Hexa6 for having a very angular throw up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the Spanish word for 6 is, but
Cies.
Hexa6.
Cies.
I always like little graffiti tags. There's a guy named Homeless Rich Man who lives around here. Well, it's not his name, but that's his like tag. But
Yeah.
he has a very simple tag, but it always ends up in the weirdest places, and I don't know how he gets to
I respect that.
like, I saw it, I forget where I was, I saw it on the ceiling of a bathroom once. Just like, okay, you know.
I mean, there are some weirdly impressive ones in Philly, like if you're riding the train and you look out the window in some parts of North Philly.
Yeah, like we've got that around here too, especially when
Like
you get,
in North Philly, in some of the places where there are more large abandoned warehouses and things, there'll be people who have fucking tags on like the 5th and 6th floor. Like they were dangling off the roof doing it.
I know how people do that. Generally what they do is they will go up to whatever the next highest stable ledge is, and then they'll write it upside down.
Yeah, that's what I
like,
thought.
From their perspective.
I mean, yeah.
But
still, that's
there's some big ones.
And scary.
Yeah, there's some big ones. Like if you take the red line down into the city proper, you'll see some big ones. There was a
Guatemala.
huge beep beep. There we go. Thank you, Trey.
So we're on the border with Guatemala.
I'm trying to go backwards, and it's taking me forwards instead. I want to see what the little bit under that says. If we can get a Sin de Peaje. Sin
Peaje. What is Guatemala?
But like a
CA9. What is CA9? Oh, there's CA9. It's a road. See?
Yeah.
CA9.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a highway.
Yeah, it's a highway.
So we're like
There's
probably
CA10.
Probably like right around here, right?
No, that's CA1. CA9 is over there.
It doesn't. Isn't this also? Oh no, you're right. I just misread the 9 as the 1 as a 9.
Yeah, it's probably pretty far north. See, CA9, and then it would be.
We're in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we were on the
Oh
other
shit,
side
we
of
were
the
on the
country,
other side
but,
of the
like,
country, but we were still
we
on
were
the
in
Sierra.
Escuintla. It's a nice place. I know like nothing about Guatemala, but it looks like a nice place.
Guatemala,
But what I was gonna say is like if you ride the red line down into the city, there's like some really big, nice murals and stuff. There was a huge last time we went to the big Target down that way. There was a huge abolish ICE mural that somebody put up on an abandoned building.
nice.
It was like
But
these
yeah,
big
like
blue letters.
Guatemala, I have had Guatemalan coffee and it is very, very good.
Oh yeah, that's one of the couple of South American countries known for their coffee, right?
Yeah,
Well, Guatemala's in Central America, and people argue about if that's North or South America. You know,
yeah,
what I mean.
Central
Latin
America.
America, we'll say.
I mean, it's like
It's gonna be the UK. Maybe.
there are a bunch of coffee producing nations there. Like Costa Rica is quite well known for it, and also for like you get a lot of fair trade coffee from Costa Rica.
That's good. I know.
Yeah.
Down
Also
where,
Guatemala, I think.
Down
Although
where Cammy's from, Colombia, they're known for their coffee too.
yeah, like the sort of area from like south of Mexico, but like north of like Bolivia.
Yeah, north of like the South American countries, like the
Yeah, like from like Colombia through like what is it?
What
Like
the
El
fuck
Salvador
does that
and so
sign
forth.
Sortie de Camping?
Sortie de Camping.
Are we in
That's
France?
French. Yeah, this is France. Or Quebec.
Or, yeah, I was gonna say, as Zers points out, this could very well be Quebec also.
Yeah, these could be Quebecers.
Quebecois. Stop.
Quebecois. Okay, it says stop, so it's probably... This is probably Canada. Actually.
Les Champs du Trèfle?
Okay, actually, maybe I changed my mind. That looks like some weird French bullshit. But why does it have a stop sign that just says stop on it?
I mean, I feel like stop signs are universal enough at this point
like stop
that they could be in
is
any
stop
language.
a French word? Arrêt? Oh yeah, like in French. Okay, in Quebec it says arrêt. Okay, so it's probably actually France. Okay. Sortie d'argent. Like, could you zoom in on that again?
It was just a sign about how this is a cattle field.
I know, but I wanted to look at it because I like
Okay.
saying.
Cattle.
I like saying French words. They make me happy.
Fine.
Sortie d'argent agricole.
Agriculture something.
D'argents agricoles, rather. Yeah, yeah, just watch out for tractors.
An extremely aggressive political argument about what the stop sign should say. That sounds like, based on what I know, a
Fromagerie, and it's in Comic Sans. Oh my god, it's a cheese-making place, and it says it in Comic Sans. That was in fucking Comic Sans.
It sure was. No, what I was gonna say is, like, based on what I know of Quebec, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's very...
I don't live in Canada. I have no opinion on this issue, and that is the stance.
But I understand. I get it, but yeah.
I will say I do think that
fromage. It points to the cheese.
Yeah.
To where you get the cheese.
There's
also where we're going. Yeah, we're probably closer to getting crepes.
I would love to get some crepes.
I love crepes.
I ever tell you about the time that my aunt tried to take us for crepes, and my mom was in the hospital.
And
oh
dear.
She recovered, so it's not a big deal.
I know.
She was surgery for something, I think. Anyway,
Oof.
my aunt tried to take us for crepes, and I had one and I ate it and I thought it was pretty good, and all three of my younger brothers just like wouldn't. They were having no part of it. They kept just like poking it with their utensils and stuff.
What?
It was funny.
Oh dear.
They are like, for one thing, the textural eating disorder I have runs in the family, so
That does not
all of them
surprise me.
are like really wary of trying new foods, which my aunt just doesn't understand. But she had good intentions, so I'm not gonna give her any crap for it. But my mom raises them with like an extremely Pennsylvania German like meat and potatoes diet. So
Yeah.
anything that's not that, they just kind of like don't get
Okay,
it.
let's look at those signs over there.
Yeah. These are all
Jeet,
towns, I
Jeet.
think, but I don't know where any of them are.
Caraveon, Carore. There are a lot of K's, which I'm gonna assume Brittany, which is that pointy bit.
Yeah, no, I know where Brittany is. I will assume
Okay.
that we are near St. Reich. Okay, we were on the other side of Brittany.
Still,
Okay,
it had
yeah.
K's in it, so that was helpful.
Yeah. We are headed toward
Easter.
the close of the show, so this is probably going to be our last guest here. But we will spend a
Easter.
little bit of time on it.
3 days.
Be
Easter.
what did Heinz's just say?
Be gay, go for brunch, get crepes.
I'm here until you
Yes,
actually
I mean,
do get
yes.
Canada.
Zurst,
Zurst
this is the
says.
last guess, and it doesn't look like Canada to me. So,
Are
have
we
bad
really
news.
out of time almost?
Yeah. It's 10:57
Holy
my time. Yeah.
When?
I'm sorry. I do
When?
not control the speed at which clocks move. My girlfriend's not home yet, so we can do like one more round if you guys want to. We can go a little bit over time.
I would like that. That would make me happy.
Yeah. If Carrie was like busting down the door, which she wouldn't do, but like if she was home, I would come on
What
immediately.
does that say? What did that sign say
It's
right there?
This is somebody for assemblyman.
No, Charles Cobina. Okay.
An assemblyman.
Next round, Canada confirmed.
Okay.
If we do get Canada, I'm sure Zonks will feel very validated.
Valadzonsk.
Zonks is always validated. I have now gone on like to completely just calling her Zonks at all times instead of Zursk.
Okay, what is-
Osam Pinako AME Zion Church Abiadze Dominace. What language is
Beatze
this?
Dominace.
Ze-
I
ze-
don't
ze-
know this language.
The is of in a language, but I don't remember what language.
AME.
The left side of Canada.
Reverse Canada.
That is
It's a drinking spot.
no reverse Canada is Tunisia.
No, well, I don't know.
Think
like,
about it.
but Tunisia,
Think
I'm
about it.
pretty sure they also have universal health care.
Think about it. Think about it.
Do a think.
None Canada with left B.
Consider.
I have no
Consider.
clue where we are. Like, I'm pretty sure we're somewhere in Africa, but Africa's
Yeah,
a big
this is
continent, so
This is an English-speaking mostly. Oh, like
Which-
probably
yeah,
people
like
are
that-
bi or trilingual
that really
around
doesn't
here.
narrow it down very much. We might be in like
Yeah,
South
it doesn't
Africa,
at all.
but that's not a sure thing.
Wait a second. What does it say right there?
Ghana. We're in Ghana.
Ghana Health Service. Okay, this helps a lot. Abeadze Dominase is a place in Ghana, apparently.
How do you know that?
Ghana is right. Well, like, because it says Abeadze Dominase Health Center.
Oh, so it does.
Ghana
Where's
is
Ghana
right,
again?
right on the lower part of the flat bit.
The lower
Right next to
part
where
of the
you
flat
are.
bit?
See? The flat bit of where
Oh,
it curves,
here it
where
is.
Africa
Okay.
curves.
Okay.
And if you get
I was
really close
so
up,
confused. I'm like, are you talking about like the
zoom in really
mountainousness?
close, and we'll see where Abeadze Dominase is.
I will do a sweep for it, but if we don't find it, we'll just drop a mark wherever, basically.
Yeah.
Damanuse is a city near Burkina Faso.
Okay, it's like around
So
near
we're
the
like-
border somewhere.
Like over here.
Yeah, there are a bunch of like
there's a bunch of little
towns.
We'll just drop it here. Okay, we were down near the
Oh
coast,
shit,
but
we were at
still.
the exact opposite part of Burkina Faso. Or not Burkina Faso, Ghana. Totally
All right.
fair.
We'll do one more, because like I said,
We still did well.
yeah, we'll go through these fairly quickly, but I don't mind going a
Yeah,
little bit over
but still.
time.
Okay, so
I thought that was words, and it wasn't.
the architecture is distinctive.
Yeah, but I'm not sure distinctly what. This might be Canada. I don't know. Does Canada look like this? This also doesn't look entirely dissimilar to where I grew up, so we might be in America too.
Northern Canada.
Yeah, it might also be like in any other place that has a winter and mountains.
And like people descended from people who spoke a Germanic language.
Yes, like
Because it looks like those houses. Tell me these aren't people who have like whose ancestors at the very least did not have, like, dare I say, a
Zonks, I'm gonna be honest with you.
one of those accents.
Like 99% of the time, if your question in a round of GeoGuessr is "Have I been here?" the answer is no. There was one time, and only one time.
It does look vaguely. No, it can't be Dutch. There are mountains.
Yeah, there's too many mountains.
That's like the only.
It might be.
reason why I'm not going to say Nether.
Could very
More
well
like
be
Denmark.
Switzerland or like Denmark. Oh no, this ends.
No, Denmark actually is just as flat as the Netherlands. Wait, then
Doesn't
this could be maybe northern Germany?
Could be. There's many places this could be. What
Northern
if you
Germany,
were-
Sweden.
Like, there was one time in the entirety of the time that I have been playing GeoGuessr that I got somewhere close to where I lived. I got Shredney, you know where Scran is, right?
Yep.
I got Scran, and I was like, oh shit, it's Scran, which is a town near where I grew up. This...
Yeah, that's...
Whoops. This stops on either end of this road. So we are
well,
not
does
getting...
does it have any turns?
No,
so that you can
no, it's just a straight section of end to end here, and it stops on both sides.
That is odd.
So this is all the context we're getting.
How hard are we going to have to, like... This is... Okay, this is extremely European looking, but also could be like the Appalachian.
This could be anywhere on Earth. The Electric
Well,
City?
honestly, it could be anywhere on Earth where there are just like
that's sometimes
a lot
thing.
of white people.
Look, like you say that, I wouldn't be shocked though if I found out that this was somewhere in Africa either, because like, well, no, the trees don't look African. Okay, never mind.
And also, like, the
Because I was gonna say,
architecture.
yeah. Well, no, I was gonna say like there's parts of Africa that are settled mostly by people of like Dutch heritage.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like those are the areas with a lot of white people.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant though. It's just like
But
there's
it's like,
pockets of Africa that do.
This is
that
like,
way.
yeah, but this is like,
does anybody recognize these trees? Like, I have no clue.
this could.
I am not
frankly,
a botanist.
All right, like, this looks like it could be. Let's just guess like the Appalachians, somewhere in the Appalachians in
all right.
Pennsylvania. The Laurels.
Hell,
the
you know
Laurels, they
what?
run-
You know what? Where the hell is on this map? Where?
Wilkes-Barre. Fuck it.
It's gonna be Canada. It might very well be Canada. Now, Wilkes-Barre is to. Did you just call it Wilkes-Barre?
Yes, people from
It's
there
not
call it
Wilkes-Barre. It's Wilkes-Barre, and no people from there don't call it that. I know people.
Well,
from
no, I know
Wilkes-Barre.
this because my mom knows people from there.
Your mom's a
There are people.
liar, or mistaken.
I have no idea.
Is Wilkes-Barre? If you're
Look,
really
all I know
in
is
it,
that Schuylkill is pronounced Schuylkill,
Yeah,
not Scoil.
if you're really in it, it's Wilkes-Barre. Oh my god,
Oh,
we were in
shit,
fucking
we were in
Romania.
Of course we were.
Romania.
But I thought it was.
All
gonna
right,
be
our
Canada.
streak has been broken. We
Yeah.
have been humbled.
Yeah.
We've been humbled.
This could be Canada, but this could also be anywhere on Earth.
This is extremely fucking Canada-ish, though.
Well, maybe the sign will tell us something. No,
Lapona.
that Lapona could be a word or a place name in almost any language.
All right, zoom in.
Nah, nah. That's as good as we're getting, and that's not good.
I have a suspicion that this might be Finland then, because I don't know.
Because we're Russian to finish.
Somebody remind me to call the episode Romania, by the way.
Okay.
P.
For P. Arkin.
Rest in peace, Sean Price.
Rip to your grandma, but I'm different.
Oh God.
Sveldelven. Sveldelven means. Yeah, that. Okay, fair enough. We're
That's-
probably on the Swedish. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna say that
northern Sweden.
like Swedish border, like a
northern Sweden.
Actually, no. This is a strategy I learned. You are never as far up here as you think you are. Probably
Okay,
like
fair.
down here. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Actually,
Yeah, we're even further south.
We were fairly.
Oh
far,
no, we were actually further north.
Oh.
We were where we thought we were originally.
But we still did fine. So I'm not.
We
gonna
still did
complain,
fine
but
because it's fucking Sweden.
that's like a 3-star guess. Marine Canada. Ooh, look at these plants.
Marine Canada, maritime Canada.
Marine is also like you can use those words interchangeably. I think.
I thought that the Maritimes, it's
Salud gratuit.
is okay. That's that flag
What does this
is
mean?
vaguely familiar.
I mean, red,
Yeah,
white, and blue.
Mandela.
There's a lot of countries.
No,
that use that.
specifically that order and
White,
it
blue,
being a
red?
Spanish-speaking country. Yeah, I'm gonna look this up.
No, don't look it up. That's cheating.
It's not cheating if it's right there.
It's cheating. We're gonna find more clues. It's fine.
Okay, fine.
We're not like stuck in a random side road this time. We can just keep going until we find something else. My guess, just off a hunch, is Panama. But we'll find out.
We keep going.
Panamanians be like.
This is some wild foliage.
Yeah, it's actually like very pretty. I feel like
It
it
is
gets
very
really
pretty.
hot here.
Yeah, it probably does get very hot, and there is something a little ominous in some ways. Like, both reassuring and ominous about the fact that there's nothing out here.
Yeah, like, is that a power line with the vines
There's
growing
just a
off
power
of
line
it?
and the
Nice.
vines ate it.
Nice. This is one of those places, like, we're not in Florida, but, like, whenever we would drive down south, you'd pass through, like, every once
That's
in a
a
while,
sign.
you'd just hit, like, a half
There's,
hour.
there's a sign there. What does it say?
It's just the speed limit sign.
90
90
kilometers.
Probably 90 kilometers. Oh, that's
An
real
hour.
fast, actually. And this one was all blurry.
No, it's
so.
70. There's coming this way, I guess. I don't know.
But, like, no passing. Like, every once in a while, whenever you're driving down through the southern United States, you'd like hit.
There was a red sign back there.
I saw it. I'm going back. Like, you'd just hit like a half an hour of area like this.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did it go? I guess I'm not going back for it. Oh wait, no, there it is. But so yeah, reduce your velocity. Okay.
Velocidad.
Slow down. Oh, they're
Speed humps.
speed humps. Oh my God! There's a building.
50 kilometers per hour.
And there's what looks like a bus shelter.
Jesus, you are out in the woods here, huh?
Yeah.
I'm
No
not.
bus coming out there.
I'm not judging. I used to live near. Let's say San
San
Francisco. It does.
But this is a different San
Pretty
Francisco.
sure not. Yeah, I was gonna say. Pretty sure not that San Francisco. San Lorenzo, Esmeralda.
Wait, San Lorenzo sounds familiar.
I don't think it's the same San Francisco, Zersk.
San Lorenzo and
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco.
We're in
Ecuador.
Ecuador. Okay.
We're in Ecuador. Okay, that
Now,
makes
where
sense.
the hell is...
Actually, Ecuador isn't that hot. It's near the equator. It's further south.
It's
It's along the coast. See?
There we go. Okay.
Quito and
Now, where the
where's
hell
San
is...
Francisco? Zoom in for San Francisco.
If we could
Or
find
maybe
San
San
Lorenzo,
Lorenzo.
that would be fine, too.
Further north.
Maybe Puerto Lopez, Puerto Viejo, El Carmen.
Santo Domingo.
We might be like in the interior here too. I didn't think
Yeah,
about
probably.
that.
Like a little further south.
We have a San Lorenzo too. Oh, there's San Lorenzo.
Oh, okay.
I don't
We're
see...
near San Lorenzo.
Yeah, like, I don't see any of these other places, but I'm gonna say that that's
They're very
good enough.
small, probably.
Yeah, there we go. We were. In
Okay,
Touhou,
we were a
which is,
little
like,
south.
bit south.
In Pulan, near Pulan. So these must be really small towns in Ecuador.
Yeah. Simpang Ka SG Chamaran.
Simpankate.
No clue what
Something
language that is.
Chamaran. This is pretty sure that's Philippines.
Yeah, I don't think that's a language. I think that's like there's like a thing 500 meters.
No, but
that
I'm
way.
saying SG
Or
is
no, a place name rather. Sorry.
That does look like people are driving on the left side of the road, which wouldn't that not be the Philippines?
Oh, I've got no clue. Ready mix concrete. IKBN? What the hell's the IKBN?
Let's zoom in.
Uh,
Wait a second, is this... No, this is
Pinawa.
Indonesia. Somewhere in Indonesia. Bandar... Yeah, Bandar Pinawa. That's
let's take a
Bahasa.
look at what I assume is a multi-city directional sign. Yes, okay.
Kota Tinggal.
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we're in Malaysia. I mean, granted, it is worth noting that Bahasa Indonesia and Bahasa Melayu are basically the same language. So
take
it's
the
very
E22
hard
to Kuala
to
Lumpur.
distinguish them. So we're on the peninsula,
Like the E22.
but we're out in the wilderness.
Yeah, like we could get a general direction if I could find the E22, but I don't think I can.
Got the E21.
But are they contiguous? That's rarely a safe bet with roads. I'm just gonna put us in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, okay, we were out on the edge of the peninsula, but we still did fine. Good. Alright. Gonna say this is
it's
also
sort of,
not Canada?
it is a similar situation to Hindu and Urdu, like Sora says, insofar as that, like, there are a lot of,
Those just oranges going?
like, Malay
No,
has a
just-
lot of words that are adopted from,
Six.
there are some from Arabic, some from, like, various, languages from India and South Asia, like, and it's heavily influenced by the fact that, it's like,
What
but, or
does
I can't
this
remember
say?
which one is, no, Malaysia I think has
Vincent
more
Villa.
English influence, whereas Indonesian has more of a Dutch influence, but they're basically
Sheba
very,
Road.
very similar.
Where the hell are we?
Yeah, Indonesian is much more heavily influenced by Dutch. But
Anybody-
but it's just mainly vocabulary. The grammar is fairly similar.
Does anybody have... What the fuck? Royal
Sheba
Guest
Guest
House.
Wait a
Anywhere
second.
that looks like this and
Excuse me.
speaks English and is trying really hard to convince you that you want a vacation here. Hyperstore. Bigger.
Range.
I can't tell what that says. There was like another sign back here. Yeah, one of these multi-signs.
Yeah. Crown
Pick and
Butchery,
Pay.
Kenyon.
Barberton.
Kenyan.
We're in Kenya? I'm wary of
Barber-
assuming that Kenyon and Kenyon are the same thing, though.
Kenyon and Freeman are just last names.
Oh, yeah, okay, I thought that was an A and then a word I didn't know, but you're right, that just says Freeman. So much for that guess.
Furniture removal.
Unimac. Barberton Nursery School?
So we're near a place called Barberton.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where looks like this and has all of these, like,
wait, there's a thing about the youth church there.
Aquila Youth Church. Good Christian
Aquila.
Fellowship.
Aquila.
Barberton. All welcome, allemaal welkom.
Allemaal welkom. Wait, allemaal welkom.
Is that Afrikaner?
Allemaal welkom, it could be either... I think that we're somewhere in the Caribbean, actually.
Is that?
Because that could be, what is it called? Like, a form of, like... It could be, like, I'm... With these few words, it could either be Dutch or Patois.
Creole.
Or Creole. Creole. One of those sort of,
Could be.
English-derived languages.
Collier International. What does the rest of this say? Can't tell. Do worry.
Keep left, but it also says something else in the keep left
pass right.
pass right.
No, I was looking down
Yeah,
here.
it's just
but
English.
It's blurred out, and if you go too far away, you can't read it. So,
Hope we get more signs where it's like it includes stuff that's like not strictly in English.
High tech. Warning.
Wherever
gotta warn ya,
we
it's
are,
high tech.
it's really bougie.
Yeah.
Barberton Manor guest. I think that's just the
Oh, it's because it got like
guest house.
guest house.
Warning, too rad. Like, they're going to great lengths to sell you on the idea of this as like a nice place to live.
Yeah.
So
this is
maybe we are
definitely
in the Caribbean.
yeah.
Like, there's many places this could be. Is
Bad
it
and bougie. Oh no. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Raindrop, drop top.
Armed response.
That's all in English. Hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder, and this is extrapolating a lot off of very little information. I wonder if we
Oh,
are
yeah,
in a
no.
place with
Wait, what does that say?
Swaziland. We are in Swaziland.
What? What?
Cap Muen,
I know.
Swaziland.
Or Swazi. Oh wait, no. No. Like move to the side so that we can see like the sign without it being distorted.
Sure.
Like yeah, it does. Kop Maiden, Swaziland. Okay, we're in like South Africa. Well, Swaziland is like located near South Africa. It's that little tiny nub.
Right. Yeah. No, that's
It's known as Eswatini now.
Oh, really?
See over there.
I did not know that they changed their name. Good for them. I'm gonna guess we're down here.
Maiden.
Yeah. Okay. We were like
we're
right
in
over
Barberton,
the border.
which is in South Africa.
Okay.
On the other side.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, it seems like a place with a very high class discrepancy, which is maybe a little rude to say, but that neighborhood that we were driving through was.
So other than Romania, we did okay.
Yeah, wow, that Romanian guess though. Where even were we?
Other than Romania,
we were near Karlibaba.
We were near Botosh or Botsosh. I think I saw.
Sort of semi-close to the Ukrainian border. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
That's gonna
And
do
Moldova.
it. That's gonna do it for Shapes and Forms this week. Thank you for coming to our slightly longer stream. No, not see you yet because I got announcements. As always, if you'd like to support the show, there's ways to do that under the viewing window, which should be true regardless of whether you are watching on Twitch or YouTube. I need to start doing stuff with the YouTube descriptions again because I've been getting lazy about that. But anyway, also let me pop up the banner. There we go. We will be back same time next week. I might stream again tomorrow, just kind of because I would like to stream Code Vein. So if I do that, you will all know. I will announce it on my server and on Twitter, and maybe I can get some friends on board, and we'll see what we can do there. Not a sure thing yet, but I would like to do that, I think. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for coming. We had a really active chat this evening, which we don't always have. So, like, legitimately, like, actually very happy you all showed up. See ya, Avra.
It was nice.
Do you two have anything you want to plug quick?
I don't really have anything I can think of.
No? Trey?
Read my blog. That's it.
Yes, and where can they find your blog?
It is at mindtheweird.wordpress.com.
It's a good blog, and you should read it. Also, you should follow me on Twitter at planet_Jane. I'm doing a thing called Boptober, where I make a new song every week and upload it. So you should go listen to that, because I uploaded the first one yesterday. But
I'm at Not Convincing on Twitter.
You should follow Shredney also.
I mean, most of what I post is like kind of irrelevant.
Do it anyway. You should also follow Trey.
At Trey Speak everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for this evening. See you guys around.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Good night.